What's going on, everybody? I'm Wolfban, and you're tuning in to All Facts Podcast. We appreciate your viewership, but be fair one as you continue watching this show that some facts may be hard to swallow. What's going on, y'all? We got the man back in the building. What's going on, Cordel?
What's up,
back
y'all?
in from Hop On.
Why you keep saying
Hop
it
on.
like?
Ain't that how Spanish people say it?
Just say the damn name,
No,
man.
Hop On. Hop On.
How many Spanish people you know have been to Japan?
It's probably a lot. I don't know. You tell me. You just got back.
I don't know that many Spanish people.
Yeah. You can confuse them out the gate.
Jesus. Hey, that is a little racist, I think. Like just to assume a language of people that just look foreign or he looks foreign.
Like that nigga never been there. That costs money.
To habla English. Just like they whole ass Asian. Yeah, that's racist as fuck. Damn. What's going on though, man? How you been, man? You been overseas and shit? Tell us about your journeys, your travels, man.
Well, you can't skip over Fred.
Everybody know Fred. We just got a hand. We done had me and Fred. That's what I'm saying. We done had several.
Oh shit, there's been bonding going on.
Yeah. Several Wolf and Fred podcasts.
Wow, the disrespect. Well, disrespect. Y'all supposed to put this shit on hiatus when I'm gone, man. This shit don't,
What?
You don't run without me?
You out your blasting mind.
Nah, it was amazing, man. I spent a month over there. It was great.
So how did you get to spend a month over there, and what was it for?
Oh man. So
I think that's the more important question.
Okay, yeah. So I
this nigga don't know how he got over there. This nigga woke up with just like, damn, I'm in Japan. Yeah, I'm in Japan.
I woke up in the cargo crates, man.
I guess I just fucking eat some fucking sushi.
Yeah, but
watch some Naruto.
Nah, so you actually can't fucking watch anime over there, man. I'm very upset about that.
What you mean you can't watch anime?
I'll get to that in a minute, but basically
don't you misrepresent the Japanese like that? That ain't what I heard.
That's their shit, ain't it?
Yeah,
I'm saying you can, as in the sense of like I gotta answer the other question, but I'm saying like you can't watch it because apparently there's so much that happened while I was in Japan. But one of them, I went there, big anime fan, wanted to watch a lot of anime while I was there, see the new ones come out, try to watch some to go on there. And, they have those different torrent things, basically, when you're across seas, certain things you have access to, you don't over there. Apparently, they don't give a fuck about Americans in the sense of like subtitles. So it's like there's no English subtitles for anything. It's all just in Japanese. So like, obviously we have it over here. They have it, in American English subtitles, but over there it's all Japanese. Even if you go on Netflix, because they have tons of anime on their Japanese sites for like Netflix. There's whether you go on Disney Plus or any of that other stuff. Once you cross that line or whatever, it all switches over to like the Japanese sides of it, and they have almost no English, no subtitles.
So could you I guess that kind of would defeat the purpose. I was going to say, couldn't you use like a VPN? I feel like that would defeat the purpose.
You could. But at the time we didn't have any of that stuff, so it was just well, damn. But to get back to your question about like how do I do something like that, so a lot of people asked me when I was gone, they're like, how do you find time to do that and travel and things, of that nature?
Take a month off.
Just like fuck it,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my best idea in the sense of that. I really wasn't prepared. I ended up going broke at the last few weeks, and I limped through the finish line. Mostly because of work being, slow and them cutting our hours and stuff because of that, and them messing with vacation time. But yeah, I booked it out. If you have to anybody that wants to travel and them saying they can't travel, you can. A lot of people make a lot of excuses. Obviously, if you have kids, it's a lot harder. Sure. But if you have decent credit, you can travel because all you need is a credit card with $1,000, $2,000 limit. You can buy the ticket right now, which is what I did. I bought a ticket a year out in advance, and then I saved every week I would put $100 aside towards my trip. And and that's pretty much it. Once the ticket's already paid for, you kind of have to force yourself to go. You're gonna be like, well, there's no backing out now, and I feel like that's the hardest part because people are like, oh, I can't save all that money, or I can't get it right now. Once you have the ticket, it's basically a done deal.
How much was the flight in total?
It was I went during the cherry blossom season, so it was the most expensive time you can go. Yeah. And I damn missed the fucking cherry blossoms on top of that. So it wasn't even pointless, but it was a little warmer, so when I got there, they just bloomed. I got a few pictures and stuff like that on my phone before then. But It was about 1,100 total.
Got you. Well, that ain't that's there and back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that ain't
all.
that bad.
That's all of it. Yeah,
Not
that's,
bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about 500 for the thing, and
Yeah.
that's the most expensive time. So if you wanted to go and like say like, you know, I don't know, one of their more wintry times or something like that, tickets are probably like 700.
That's
Something like that,
crazy.
even less. So it's
How
really,
long was the flight?
I had 2 flights. I took a flight from first I had the drive. I drove to Raleigh, North Carolina, because that's where my buddy. We were taking the flight out of there. I could have went closer, but we just wanted to fly out of the same place.
Got you.
But the flight, each day I probably spent about 24 hours from being in an airport and on a plane. So the flight itself was 16 hours for one of them. The other one was 18 hours. Because there was different destinations. The first place we got, it canceled it, and we were basically supposed to be going to Toronto. We were supposed to be going to Canada first.
Who did you fly through?
It was Canada Airlines, and then it switched because I guess weather or whatever. But the flight was supposed to go to Canada and then from Japan, and then they switched it. So then we ended up flying to New Jersey to Japan. So it kind of made it a little further. So the first one ended up being so it's 2 flights. One was like a 2.5 hours to New Jersey.
Yeah, I was going to say that ain't that far.
Yeah, and then another like 16 hours on there.
Yeah.
But the time you're also spending waiting, and then the layovers, and then the other things, you're about in the airport for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you've ever been on a flight that long, it's not as bad as you think it would be. Like, don't get me wrong, it sucked, and you really can't sleep. But it's actually they're kind of man. The planes are super big.
Why can't you sleep?
Yeah.
Just
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, man. It's just like if you splurge on getting the actual like first class ones, you can lean back and stuff. Oh, it'd probably be an amazing trip because you could probably just go to like sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
But they have it to where you're so cramped up in like a straight up position, and I pride myself on being able to sleep anywhere, and I could not sleep. You really can't.
Yeah, and if you're at the back of the plane, I feel like the seating is a little bit narrower as you get towards the tail of the plane.
Yeah, it was like 3 different levels of like 3 seats here, 3 seats there, 3 seats there. So it was like
so y'all
9.
want to jump? Okay.
Yeah, we were on a jumbo. It was super big. There was tons of people. But no, yeah, it was an amazing experience, man. Lots of shit happened.
Talk about it, nigga. You trying to hold back? We want the
know.
details.
I thought we were trying to get to the other stuff.
No. This podcast is going to be about Cordel and his adventures.
You've been gone for like 3 weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
All the good shit.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we want the good shit, man.
Oh man. Okay, yeah.
We missed our pal.
I appreciate you guys missed your who to pick on.
Just a little bit, yeah.
You guys didn't have that when I was gone.
Yeah.
We just had to sit and be nice to each other.
Fred's like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
No, what question you got? I mean, I could. There's lots of shit happened. So
Okay, I got one for you. What is something that you? What was the biggest what's the word I'm looking for? Culture shock, I guess, for you when you got over there.
Ooh.
Like what you anticipated versus what it actually was.
I don't want to get like canceled. All right, so all right.
You're not gonna get canceled.
No, I know.
Stop all of that scary shit. Get that scary shit.
So and all right, so this is not everything or everybody, but the Japanese people are some of the Actually, no. I'm gonna get to that later. I'll say the other thing that actually was a big actual culture shock instead, though. There is no Japanese people are the most serious and whimsical people you'll ever fucking meet.
Serious and whimsical at the same time.
Yes, and it makes no sense. They're a complete fucking walking anomaly and a contradiction. It's just so. And what I mean by that is that like Japanese people are like either like so when I went over there, everybody was in suits. Like I'm talking about, they own probably a third of the world's fucking suits. So that is not a joke. That is not a joke.
Yeah.
I literally went there and I was like, there are suits and vending machines. You can go on the side of the road and buy a brand new fucking tux.
Are you serious?
I'm straight up. Like that's how much suits is it.
Like Tom Ford tux or like
every
just
I mean
H&M.
I mean all of them.
No.
Either or. Like there's suits everywhere. Everyone's wearing a fucking suit.
A1.
They own a third of the world's suits. I was over there. I'm like, y'all niggas got the monopoly on fucking suits, so I can't find none of my size. So, so there are suits everywhere. So, apparently that's like a big culture thing. So there's a lot of the jobs that they have, they're very like business oriented and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's not, and the reason I found out that they actually have the reason that they're able to have so many suits, like drinking is like a big thing in Japan. It's like disrespectful if you get offered a drink and don't take it from like someone in Japan.
Yeah.
Because they're very stern. Like they don't even like hug and things. They're not very like skin on skin contact. Like you're gonna get, if you get like a handshake, that's like a pretty big deal. Like because they bow.
Yeah.
So, but apparently drink is another big thing. So people will drink all the night before and get sloppy drunk, pass out in the road, and then have to go to work that next day. Well, you can't go home. You can't go to work with a messed up suit. Boom, suit's on the corner. Like that's how much it's like accepted to where they're like, oh, he just slept it off in the bushes. Well,
that shit is fire.
Good thing you got.
That shit is fire. Let's adopt that shit.
Yeah, and I was told this by them. They're like, oh yeah, that's like very normal. They're like, yeah, that's why they have suits on like every corner. Everyone's wearing suits because it's like, oh, of course you gotta have another suit. What happens when you get blackout drunk and then you gotta go to work the next morning? Like they don't expect you to call in. Like you gotta be there. Like it don't matter. Like that's a good worker. Like you're a good worker. If you get blackout drunk and fucking like completely go there and completely inebriated, but make it to work, they're like, that's why we keep you around, Chang. That's why.
Yeah, he said Chang.
But no, and so getting back to what I was saying though, but like they're very, very serious, but they're whimsical at the same time. Okay. So very, very anime like. Okay. So Japan, while I was there, realized there's no in between. You have either very, very serious or very, very whimsical, and they're like, in the opposites. I've never seen such a more fluent thing. Like in America, all right. So give you an example. If you go on a bus, okay, and you see someone wearing like polka dots and stripes and like a tutu with like a pineapple on their head or something crazy like that,
I work with a nigga like that.
You'd be like, that nigga weird.
Yeah.
In Japan, they'll see that and they won't even bat an eye. Like that's normal. But then right next to them will be someone in the most business type suit next to them. And then next to them will be another person like, and it's the same thing for the girls. So the girls are either in a super big, like very, very conservative, like turtlenecks, or they're like all dressed up, or they're in fucking like maid gear, like eyes, kitty cat ears, full on maid suits, you name it. Like shit like that. And it's like you'll be on a train and it'll be just one, like one of each of the other ones. Like they're that intertwined and no one bats an eye because that's super normal for them. And the people that I see, like, and the people that you see that are like super serious and stuff, even if they're super serious, like I saw a business dude holding his briefcase and on it he had like a Pokemon keychain. Dude looked like he was a CFO or a CEO of a business, and he got like a little Pokemon thing sticking out of his his breast pocket thing, like throwing off the whole thing. You'd be like,
I do business and Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. No, for real. No, that is for real. Like they love their fucking mascots.
Do you know how big Pokemon Go is over there?
Oh, they have the Pokemon are ambassadors. That is not a joke. That is not a joke. You can fact check that. Pikachu is literally a world ambassador for Japan.
Really?
Yes. They fuck with their Pokemon like that. Like they're hard.
Pikachu.
They rep that shit hard.
Get Geodude in that bitch.
Yeah, like no, but I'm saying like it's so weird. Like they love mascots. Like every corner you go to, there was like like the most angriest like looking like Japanese person you could see him, but he looks stern. He'll see like a mascot, or he'll have like toys or something on him. You'd be like, it's so wild because he'll talk to you like, Ashimasu, like very serious and stern. But then it's like, but then I've seen them literally jump into anime. They'll be like I was getting directions to the train, and he was like, "You go that way, yeah." Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, and the nigga was just like straight laced, looking like this, like the Queen Elizabeth guard.
So where were you staying at? Was this like an Airbnb type deal where you just like bundled up and like?
I stayed everywhere. I'm glad you asked. Oh God, this made me so fucking angry. Japan, fix your fucking Airbnbs and things. It is all right. So the first night we got there. So here's one thing. Like Japan, there's so much. There's so much backstory I have to give you just to explain one small thing.
Explain it, nigga.
So in Japan, they're very like everything's built. And it's one of the things.
Hold on. How does it feel to hear to be called a nigga?
They don't call you that.
I know. I'm saying, how does it feel to be called a nigga after a month of not having anybody be able to call you a nigga?
I'm pretty sure they said it in their way. They were like, Coco Gin over there, Coco Gin's black folk in Japanese.
Really?
Also, yeah, I picked up a good bit of Japanese while I was there. Surprising how much
Dajabu, they said.
You don't even know what that means.
How are you or something like that? Are you okay?
Daijobu. Well, yeah. Daijobu means like I'm good or I'm okay.
Yeah.
It has a lot of different meanings.
Yeah.
So you said I'm good face ass didn't make no sense right there. Anyway, nigga coming to me with my Japanese. Nigga, I was there a whole month. I do this, nigga. Babel is sponsor me, nigga.
This nigga is set tripping. This nigga is claiming Japan. Whole ass.
I rep that shit, nigga. Japan, nigga, all day. Northside Hokkaido.
This nigga look like he from Cuba repping Japan. Get your ass out of here, bro.
So one of the things in Japan that I actually love that they don't have here is that they have a very that's why they have no fat people in Japan. Besides like sumo wrestlers, it's a very much like they have you go to a restaurant and chairs will be bolted to the ground in certain areas, and if you can't fit in it, that's fucking your fault. Because you sit in it and you'd be like, damn, this is kind of tight. I can't even back up. But then you think to yourself, man, if I was a little bigger, I wouldn't be able to fit in this. And it's it's a very much if you're big, United States has this very mentality of if you're big, it's not your fault. They coddle you. Japan is we don't give a fuck, nigga, lose that weight. That's how Japan's on their hood shit. They're there's some OGs over there. You go over there and you have to walk everywhere. No one's obese. And if they are obese, they're probably sumo wrestlers or something.
Lose that weight.
But
nigga lose that weight.
But Japan is very when you go somewhere, everything's stacked. So it's and that's one of the things I like.
Oh, they got a lot of vertical housing and shit.
Yeah. So if you go somewhere, one of the things, and I know I'm trying to backtrack back to the question you asked. There's a lot that I had to explain though. But one of the things that I like is you go somewhere and you could be in a small little alleyway, and in that alleyway there's 10 things because you might go into one place and it has a basement, and then on the side of that it goes upstairs 3 more flights of stairs. So that happens a lot, and because that happens and everything's in Japanese and stuff, they don't word it very well. So you could be looking in one area and get completely lost in a 1 foot bisection because there might be 50 stores in a place that's as big as just this house. And it's really cool aesthetic of the sense of I can get lost and find this cool stuff. But when you're trying to find shit, it's very annoying. Yeah. So getting back to the thing with the houses, it's the same way for Airbnbs and places like that, but they don't really answer it. Same thing for hotels and stuff. There's, unless you're going to a 5-star really big hotel, there's not people at the front desk. There's no one there. So they'll just be it's a very much we left these keys here, and you got to find it. But to get them, you have to ring this number, and our phones are off, and it's in Japanese, and you got to find it. Or it's a lot of shit like that. So it's very, very hard to find places when you actually need to. Yeah. So the first night we get there, where we finally get off the plane. We've been in the plane for it's like I said, 24 hours basically up in the air or in the airport. We get there, it starts raining. And our place is 20 minutes away. So we're walking in the rain with our luggage, and we finally get somewhere, and it arrows it out. It's oh, this isn't over here, it's over there. Basically,
y'all had to walk 20 minutes in the rain?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, they also own the monopoly on fucking umbrellas over there.
Is Japan a rainy place?
Oh, yes. They have typhoon season.
Oh, I mean, I figured that. I understand that.
Japan has the umbrellas to suit ratios is almost 1 for 1.
Yeah.
There's I've never seen so many fucking umbrellas and so many suits ever in my life. It was raining and I walked 2 feet and it was an umbrella store. Oh, thank God.
What do you think the most common job is over there? You know how
tech support?
I don't know. Tech support. I was saying
that was just a joke. I don't have no idea.
Cause you talking about all of these suits. You talking about all of these suits. I'm just thinking so we were in Vegas. And one of the most common jobs that I saw was retail. Retail, people, there's a lot of retail stores. It's a lot of bars. So bartender jobs is it's a real big thing over there. I'm just trying to figure out if you got all of these motherfuckers in suits, where are they going? Because it's the nigga that's going to a gas station dressing up in a suit.
I actually never thought of that when I was there. I just thought these niggas got a lot of suits. I just thought, and I was told by someone, they were oh yeah, that's just normally. I was just told that's what they wear, and I just accepted it as fact. And they were oh, everyone has suits. That's what they said. They were oh, everyone wears suits. It was a normal thing. Huh. Either you're in a suit or you're not in a suit.
In polka dots.
And polka, yeah, exactly. It's either you're in a suit or you're wearing some wild shit to the
So
left.
you just don't see
There's
no
no in
Japanese.
between.
You don't
There's
see
no
no
in between.
Japanese dude just chilling in some basketball shorts and like some J's and some shit.
No, never.
That's deep.
No.
That's deep. My Spanish teacher, who happened to be Japanese.
Did I hear that correctly, or did I have an aneurysm?
No, that was correct.
You know what I'm talking about?
What
at
the
A&M?
fuck?
At
No.
A&M?
Oh,
No,
so
no,
is that
no,
why
no,
you
no, no, no,
is that
no,
why
no,
you
no.
made the is that why you said Japanese and Spanish earlier? Is that
Probably
what the joke?
so. Probably
is that
so.
why the joke was?
Probably so. But like,
I don't know if I could trust a Japanese Spanish teacher.
But
Like,
his wife was Mexican.
could you imagine like
His wife was Mexican.
could you imagine like taking a class and like someone's like all right, you go to an Italian class and bacon and they're like, I'm gonna teach you guys how to cook, and there's just like a nigga there like. I'm like, nigga, I don't trust you. Like, I want to learn how to make. Like, I want to know how to make paninis. He's like, yeah, that's why you came here, nigga. Like, I got paninis, nigga, on deck. Like,
but no. He was cool. What was I finna say about? Oh no, he said that he left Japan because he was too lazy.
Damn.
I could see it because I was about to say there.
He did
No,
a bit
you
of
work.
No, for real. Like that's what,
No, you work like because when I was over there, people were like, because I have like a lot of stories about shit that happened, but a lot of people were telling me they were like, yeah, you know, it's like you should come work over here, and they're like, be teacher and stuff, and I'm like, no, I heard you guys work like 16-hour days. They're like, that's normal, that's fine. Like 12-hour days, like 15, 16 hours, like it's like the normal to them. Like,
and you know, a lot of people give Henry Ford a lot of shit for coming up with the 8-hour days, 5-day work week or whatever. But like that saved a lot of motherfuckers. Because motherfuckers was working just like that during the Industrial Revolution and shit like that. Where they was working fucking forever throughout the day just to come home and get right the fuck back up and go do it again. A lot of people died too. Like working that heavy machinery, sleepy.
yeah,
Oh, greedy bitches.
they can get no overtime.
All the overtime. That's all you working is overtime. You don't work a normal shift. A normal shift is cutting hours.
Bro,
What you talking about? We working all overtime. Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, so back to what I was saying about the houses and stuff. So we couldn't find it. We couldn't find the houses. So like when you finally found it, you having to try to ask other people, and way less people in Japan speak English than you would think.
This
like-
nigga walking around with whatever little Japanese symbol on his phone trying to match it. This nigga, is this? Oh, that one got a little line over there.
Yeah, like it's like no, for real. Like so, there's no front desk. There's no one to talk to. There's no like.
Where the fuck these motherfuckers at with their suits? Better
Exactly.
get a suit,
Bro,
motherfucker.
Everything, a lot of things are there is efficient. Man, I went to one restaurant, man. They had robots delivering us shit, like little legit robots. Like Japan's on a whole nother level.
Like R2D2?
Yes. Like, but I'll get back to that in a second, though. Like I said, there's a lot, but I'm trying not to.
Look at Fred.
I'm trying not to cut the
We was
story
just
up.
talking about how AI is taking over the world.
trying
And
not
here you
to-
go talk about robots
I'm trying not to
delivering
cut it.
food.
I'm trying not to cut it up too much, so people be like, nigga, finish the story. You know what I mean? So,
Nah, that's dead.
But so you get there and just like I went to, I think I stayed a total of like 4 places while I was there because we had different Airbnbs. So we stayed at 2 Airbnbs, 1 hotel, and 1 we stayed for like a week with a family that my buddy knew down there. So my buddy's family that he knew down there was like the old like ambassadors of fucking like Australia. And they were retired and they're rich. And they had like multiple houses over there. And they were just like, and he was like, hey, can we come stay with you? And he's like, yeah, you can stay in our guest house. And we're like, guest house? And he's like, yeah, we got like 4 of them. So like they literally gave us one of their houses that we stayed in. They like filled it up. They were super fucking cool people. I can get into that stuff later.
That's what's up.
But that was one of the areas we stayed to when I flew to Hokkaido. So we flew to Hokkaido. Hokkaido's the other, and we went to Sapporo, another place over there. Hokkaido's the one right above Japan. So there's like the little long part, and then there's like the top part of it. And actually, I was over there in Hokkaido when they actually, it was on the news when North Korea launched that nuke. When it, you guys didn't see it?
Damn, your ass almost got blew the fuck up.
It would have really put a damper in my fucking vacation plans if I got blown up. I know. Yeah. But no, yeah.
Where did they launch it to? No, I did not hear about it.
No, yeah, because it was like on the news in Japan, and they were literally talking about it. People were like, oh, North Korea launches another nuke over us again, and it like fell in the water. So they were testing nukes, but it's still not good. So like you know how we get Amber Alerts and shit over here. Well, they get North Carolina. They get North Korea's launching nukes at us again. Like that's their like apparently that's like normal. They're like, oh, North Korea's at it again. Like
you talk about black on black violence. Like over there, it's just like these motherfuckers. They all the same motherfuckers, right? Just like. But no, because they're all
Nani?
Asian, huh?
Nani?
What?
That's what I said. Nani?
Alright.
I was responding in Japanese, nigga. Keep
Well,
up.
I don't speak that shit. So that
Like,
shit.
bless
Take
you.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? Kazoon type face ass. Get your.
Uncultured niggas, man.
Fuck all that.
Not you, Fred. Not you, Fred.
Yeah,
Fuck
nah,
all
yeah.
that.
Fred's culture.
Fuck all that. What I'm trying to say is you supposed to be talking about black on black violence. It's they all the same. Like they're just from different countries, but they're all the same race technically, right?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to get at right now.
I'm just saying, like, because it's imagine, like, I guess because over here we're so used
Japanese
to
people are just Japanese.
But what I'm
You
saying
talking about like
is
if some
genetically,
Nigerians was fighting with some Kenyans, basically.
yeah, because like genetically, like they're still like the same people, the same race of people.
You're talking about how they see us?
No.
He's just comparing.
I'm just comparing the
Asian
two.
on Asian violence to
Yeah.
black on black violence.
Yeah,
There's really no violence over there like that, man. I mean,
that's not what I'm saying, nigga. Listen,
I don't know what
I'm-
you're saying.
Well,
The
slow
joke.
down, nigga. All I'm saying is, it's just amazing to think about because in America, nobody everybody that we got smoke with are either very white or Asian, right? China, right? So it's just crazy to think about if you like say we in Kenya and Nigeria is fucking with us and like launching news like, God damn, those niggas over there at it again. It's hard for, I feel like, I'm not gonna say it's hard for us to think about it like that, but it's just kind of weird to think, oh, those people over there that look exactly like us are fucking with us.
Japanese people don't consider themselves Asian, really. They consider themselves just Japanese.
I understand that, but like genetically, like these,
I'm telling you, they don't view themselves as that.
I feel like it would be
So
difficult.
I'm answering your question in the sense of like you're saying, do they say like, oh, those people over there are like no, they think that they're just like like they think.
No, I get that.
I feel like it's weird. It's weird for us because America is both a country and a continent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have different countries within America. So like
With the USA.
So Georgia fighting Alabama would be weird.
Yeah.
US. And like I said, it's a continent and a country, but over there it's a continent full of a bunch of fucking countries.
Yeah.
Or a
No.
few countries.
Japan's completely away from them. Japan's an island. It's its own thing.
But it's still a part of the continent.
Yeah, that's what that's all I'm saying. Is just like Asian. They're all Asian. They're still technically Asian.
I
right?
know, I get that, but I'm saying they don't see themselves that way. So like you're asking.
I'm not
like-
asking a good question. I was just making a statement.
Oh, then yeah, I guess.
This nigga don't know shit.
I-
This nigga went over there and got completely screwed up.
I was trying to answer your question, but if you're making a statement, I
I'm
can't.
just making a statement.
can't.
I'm just thinking about how weird it'd be to be like, God damn, we fighting with California again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's like, we all the same nigga, technically, but like, y'all Californians and we over, it's kind of weird. Because normally when you
Well,
got
they weren't fighting, but I mean, I see what you're saying though. But
Yeah. like those bastards at it again. Like, it's kind
they
of
were
weird.
like testing stuff, but like they apparently do that a lot, and it was like a big warning. And actually, like I got the alert on my phone, and it was all in Japanese. I'm like, I don't know the fuck this says, but apparently it was like them launching nukes. Yeah, like,
This nigga did that.
Phone
no,
going
for
crazy.
real.
He was just
No,
like,
it was just like the Amber Alert. just like how you get an Amber Alert and that shit
So
don't
how
stop
did you
ringing.
find? So how did you find out?
It was on the news.
So that you just put two and two together.
No, it was the only channel in Japan that has English is the news channel. It literally was on CNN was on there, and they were like North Korea's at it again. Those fucking niggas like, and then you could press the button because Japanese TVs. Oh, that's another rant I gotta get on. You do not get both. Like if you go into an Airbnb and shit, them niggas give you the bare minimum. When I say bare minimum, like if you got a bed, you ain't getting the TV, and if you got a TV, you ain't getting the fridge. Like them niggas is minimal.
You got bed. Why you need fridge?
Yeah, you like bro, like them niggas.
people you sleep and eat.
Them niggas, them niggas is,
you be fat,
bro. Them niggas is minimalistic. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. You don't know how angry it is to like go into a place and expect the bare minimum and not have it.
Yeah, I would have been outraged.
Like, bro, I went in like one place we went to didn't have a microwave, and I'm like, damn, I got a microwave. But then I like went to the thing and it didn't have a TV either, and I'm like, god damn. And then I went to another place and it had a microwave, and it had a TV. shit didn't have no fridge. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then I went to a place that didn't have none of them bitches. I'm like, yo, y'all tripping right now. Y'all
That's
bugging.
crazy.
I know for a fact I'm supposed to at least have a fridge. So anything. Like, no, like it is very, very, they're very minimalistic. The places are very, very tiny, at least as far as like Tokyo and Japan area, because it's very not a lot of space. They don't have dryers. They don't have dryers. They only have washers. You wash your clothes and then you hang it in the in the bathroom, because they have it built as one, just like at your grandma's house used to have in the lines and shit like that. But they're very, very minimalist. They're like, oh, like if you have one thing, this will do all of those other things kind of combined, so we don't have the, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So like I went to like the gas station. I got some like them cooked ramen. I was looking for a microwave to put some things in. I didn't have none of shit. I'm like, oh, it's so hot. I was like trying to fucking make ramen on a fucking stove top with no pans and the fucking cardboard box.
Wait, you did?
Don't ask. I gave up quickly. I was hungry, man. Like, but no, you really don't have a lot of shit like that. But so in the beds, oh my god, the beds are terrible, man. Japan has this really wild like sense of like technology. Like they're very advanced, but very backwards in the same instance. Like they have shit like the toilets over there.
Spray your butt.
Every toilet over there, literally at the bare minimum, has a heated seat. Heated seat, bidets. They play music. They fucking wash
The
it.
toilet plays music?
Bro, yes.
Oh,
They
no.
play music, bro. Like you could be like, oh, I want to shit to some Beethoven right now.
These are things that I would
every
never
toilet
want
has a built-in
in my
fridge.
life.
Right, like I don't give a fuck
Every
about that.
toilet has a built-in
Matter of
fridge.
fact, I'm
like,
trying
you
shut the
just
fuck
play.
up. I'm trying to concentrate.
Dead
Hey, I'm
get
not gonna lie. I miss the heated seats, man. That's nice. Like you never understand comfort. So you go back and you got and all the bathrooms are super clean. Everywhere.
It's a little like homoerotic though, right?
No.
Like,
because
like-
in America, when the seat's warm, you know some nigga just sat on. You're like, that's gross.
That's
like,
why, yeah, maybe
But
that's
there-
it. Maybe that's it.
But here, it's literally you could just go in the bath late at night. It's cold and shit, and you go to the bathroom, you pull your pants down, you sit down. No one's been there because it's your bathroom. Heated seat. You be like, damn, this is nice.
Nah, quit trying to eroticize this.
All I'm
moment.
saying is, if anything, I miss the heated seat.
Yeah, I feel like it's too like you trying too hard to eroticize the moment.
Anyway,
You know what I'm saying?
That's you.
Like nah, like
Take away from Japan is we need heated seats.
But no, like they're very advanced and backwards at the same time.
give me the cold hard seat.
For instance, like Japan has heated floors.
Mm.
They have heated floors and shit like that. But then they also don't take like everything's all cash, so it's like they don't really use credit cards and stuff like that. But then at the same time, you got robots taking orders at fucking restaurants. But then they might use a typewriter for other shit or fax machines. So it has a very interesting mix of like modern and old at the same time.
Maybe they're looking to like modernize the things that should be modernized, but then because is like credit is not really a good thing technically.
No, I mean no. Like
Yeah.
they everywhere over there, they all carry cash. Like cash is king over there. Like I had like cash in so long. Like you actually carry coins and things like that. All the time. You actually need like a little coin pouch because the coins over there are worth like a lot more. So like, you got the 500 yen and then it goes down to 100 yen and like the 50s and stuff. And like 500 yen could be like, I'm trying to round down because I don't know the exact. It's not 1 for 1 exactly, but 500 yen could be like $3.50, almost $4. So you could have like a handful of 500 yen and have like 100 something, $200 in your hand. Just like, but you could never like the same amount of the stuff I'd have in my hands for like quarters would be like maybe like if I had a group of quarters in my hand, that could be maybe like $20 versus a handful that could be like $400. So coins are worth so much more over there in terms of like because they only have 3 bills. They got 1,000 yen, 10,000, 1,000, 5,000 yen, and then 10,000 yen. And 10,000 yen is like equivalent to like their $100, but it's it's not 1 for 1. So the coins and stuff is used a lot more over there. So everyone's always using cash, and you actually get really quick and really good at using the amounts and the money. And it's kind of confusing at first, but you actually it gets pretty easier once you've done it. Same thing for like talking and learning language. I picked up a lot of more Japanese than I thought that I would while I was over there. Because I said so few people actually speak English. Like,
So you just had to conform to the shit. But that's what a lot of people say when trying
it was
to learn.
cool.
The
It was
language.
really cool. It was actually a really interesting. It sucked because I was expecting more people to know English. So I was going into it thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make so many Japanese friends.
Yeah.
And they're very they're very nice. Japanese are the nicest racist people you ever meet. like if that makes sense. And I'm not saying all of them and stuff, but like I've like went up to like old ladies to ask them questions. And they'll literally like scream, bow, and then run away.
Really?
Yes, it's happened on multiple occasions.
You would walk up to them, ask them a question, they would scream.
Yeah, they would look at me, scream, and all right. So one thing you should know. Again, this is not everyone.
That's so
they're
fucking
very
funny, bro.
Japanese people are very, very nice.
That's
very,
so
very
fucking
helpful.
funny.
Yeah, it's more like bow, like, they bow. No, that's why I said they're very nice with it. Like they're the nicest race, and they are like. Did you know, if you looked on my Snap, they actually had like there was like a restaurant in blackface. Like the people were like in blackface at the restaurant. It was called Soap. I'll show it up on my phone.
I'm crying.
But I'm shit like that, and you'll be like, I don't know if that's really appropriate, but I'll give you a pass because your food's tasty. Like it's like shit like that. But
motherfucker putting dill sauce on the squid.
But
goddamn.
no, you in this squid, man. But no, like they're again, and this is not everyone. It's just like it's making a joke. But no, like some older people, like they don't. So Japan is very, very like Asian, obviously, but it's not like America. America's very like a melting pot. Like you can go over here and you can see like black, white, Russian.
I think that was my point
Chinese.
earlier.
Yeah, over there it's like 95% Asian. Like
Yeah.
you're all Japanese. Almost always everyone you see is gonna be Japanese. They have
Right.
very few people, you know, that are of different. Or
That's
and
crazy to think about.
yeah, it's wild. It's wilder when you see it, because you don't notice it until you finally pick out the few people that aren't. So like you never think about it, but like you'll be walking and there's so many few Americans. Like you'll walk and you'll see a sea of like Asian people, and then you'll see like 2 white people. And you're like, oh, Americans. You go up to them and they're speaking like Russian or Croatian or they're like Australian, and you're like, oh shit. And you'll see like a black person. You're like, oh my god, first black person I've seen in a while, and that person's speaking like some type of like African, or they're like British. Like the one black girl I met over there, she was British. Like so, it's like it's very like very few actually Americans, and you're thinking, you're like, man, like it really puts you like humbles you, because you like you think Americans are like the center of shit, and then you get over there and they're like, nah, nigga, we don't really fuck with you. We don't need y'all like that. Like they have their own shit going on, but
yeah.
it's like I said, I was very thrown off by there was so. Cause I'm thinking, you know, because you know they have people that go over there to teach English. So I'm like, oh, okay, Japanese people, like you know, when they're younger, they teach, and that's what I probably should have preferenced that and said that. So the newer, younger generations, they're more likely to know English, but the older generation, they didn't know it or much, or wasn't taught as much or whatever. So if you know English and you're like over like 20 or 30, you went to like school in America or something like that. Other than that, you probably don't know it. And the kids that are like coming up now that studied a little in school know very, very little, or it's broken. But that's the like, majority of the people that I found that knew it, are like, because we found some high school kids there and they had like very, very basic.
That language shit is a crazy thing. I told my wife that I was interested in learning finishing Spanish and then learning French. But you talking like that, I mean, I don't think that I'm just all that interested in learning Japanese though.
Japanese is really cool. I would love to go back and actually learn it, because you pick it up, like you said, you pick it up very, very fast. Faster than you think. Like I learned a good bit of phrases, certain things, you know, like talking to people, and you pick up certain things. So if we out at a restaurant and you were asking for something, I'd say like, you know.
Did you find a girlfriend while you were there?
No, but I did hook up with this British chick. Yeah, apparently, everyone says that.
This nigga,
everyone
this
says
nigga
that.
went to Japan to fuck a British bitch. What's wrong
Yeah,
with
she
you?
was black.
Hey, everyone makes that joke, and you know, apparently, not speaking the language really hurts a nigga's game. So it's not as easy to get one of them Japanese girls, y'all say. But no,
Y'all be seeing the motherfuckers that be going on dates with folks and they don't speak the same language and they just be smiling at each other and shit. Y'all ever seen them shows?
Bowing.
Yeah, just being ugly with each other and shit.
yeah, but
That's crazy.
But that was a whole weird story in its own right. But so what I was saying about the Asian people and stuff like that. So like I went to talk to a few people, and they'll like scream and like run away. They'll bow. They'll be like, like so. This thing in Japan, they're very, very rule like sensitive about certain things, certain rules they follow. So like, for instance, in America, if you go up to a stoplight and you see a crosswalk and there's no cars coming, you just cross that bitch. You're like, I don't give a fuck. They will not cross it. They will not cross it. They would literally, it could be a red light. It could be from here to there. It could be just a little bit, and there'll be no cars coming. They'll wait till like a green light comes so they can cross it. They're very much traditional like that. So when we asked this one lady a question and she screamed and like bowed and like ran the complete opposite direction into traffic, and they
so she was really scared of
she
the black
was
man.
yeah, like that happens a few times there, and we were like, oh yeah, she definitely didn't fuck with us. But like like, or they'll like give you the quick like, oh like no daijoubu, and they'll like leave or like bow and they'll run away. So it's like You could tell, but they're like always older.
Oh, okay.
They're always older, but no, Japanese people are very, very nice. We had a lot of situations where like we couldn't get someone to give us an Uber and we couldn't find a ride, and this one dude like stayed there for like 30 minutes and like flagged us down a ride and like put us in the car, and then we had like other people that would like
that's nice.
completely take us to other places and shit. Like they were like, oh, like you can't find, like, oh, follow me, and they'll like go, they'll be like, thanks, like where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm like way this way, like go out of their way to like walk you places and find you. Like they're very,
So on
very
some
helpful.
Pokemon shit.
No, I don't even know how that correlates. I might just be racist. I literally just said they're helpful, and you just mentioned Pokemon.
Cancel.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
But no. You know, an anime to be being super helpful and super, you know.
Yeah, you did good way to dig yourself out of that hole.
They do be being super helpful. That man Ash Ketchum was going around the world at 10 years old helping Pokemon, catching them and shit, making them fight each other.
Yeah,
Was he helping?
let's go with that.
I tried to code it. I tried to say
people don't think about it, but Ash was the original Mike Vick. Like if you think about it, he was just catching Pokemon. Think about it, man. We all hate on Mike. Y'all hate on. They hate on Mike Vick for that, but Ash was doing it way back in the day.
He was.
He was getting Pokemon, making them fight. Like, what's the difference?
At 10 years old.
At 10.
And not only that, but he wanted to be the very best.
Yeah, the very best.
The best
that
that
no one ever
was.
was.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and they praised this nigga for 20 years, and they locked Mike up. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying is wrong. I'm just saying there's a bias there.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think we figured
All
it out.
I'm saying is if Mike Vick in Japan, he might be regarded as a hero. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
On some gang shit. On some gang shit with a Pidgeotto going crazy.
Don't read too far into that, y'all.
With a Pidgeotto going crazy. Hell yeah. Mike Tyson. I said Mike Tyson. Michael Vick. Michael Vick over there with Gyarados and all them goddamn shiny Pokemon and shit going crazy. But yeah, I'm glad you made it on your trip safe. I'm glad you had fun.
Thank you, man.
I'm glad you didn't get kidnapped and ate or no shit like that.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that, man, too. It was close, man.
Yeah, you almost got ate.
No, kidnapped.
Oh, kidnapped.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. How did that happen?
Oh, I thought we were moving on to the story, man.
Now you can't just
You
bring
opened
that shit up.
like,
Yeah, now I want to know
live
how
with
you
that.
almost got. Yeah, you got to know how you almost got kidnapped. Tell your story. Tell your Me Too movement story.
Well, I'm black. Well, I'm black and very desirable.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
about
right.
it. That's about it, man.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, when I got there, everyone kept staring at me all the time, so they clearly wanted to kidnap me.
I was about to ask, like, because I remember my mom. She went.
Am I reading? Am I reading into that?
Well, I don't remember, but
I don't know.
she grew up like on an army base or whatever,
Mhm.
or not grew up, but like went to, I don't know if it was Korea or Japan, one of them Asian places. And she said that like the people there would like touch her skin and try to see if it would rub off.
That's weird. That's wild. No, there's nothing like that. There, in Tokyo where we were
It was
at
a long time
mostly,
ago, but, you know.
because it may be different from time frames. Right?
Yeah.
In Tokyo where we're at, they actually see a lot of tourists, so it's not as uncommon. So they're
Mhm.
like, you know, they see it all the time. But in further places out, like Sapporo that I was at, and
Never
like
heard of it.
Hokkaido, because it's the other one. So I was in
Did you get?
Tokyo, Kobe, Nodara, Kyoto, Hokkaido, Sapporo. We took bullet trains pretty much everywhere, man.
These are all countries, right?
no.
Cities.
Cities.
Mhm.
So they're all cities, but then Hokkaido and Sapporo, the other one, it's like a different. So you have Japan, the main part of Japan, then you have Japan at the top, and it's like you have to take another flight to get to the other island because it's separated. And then further down, that's where you have like the other islands, like Naga, like Okinawa and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's more like broken up. So, but yeah, they are like big major cities and stuff like that.
But all within the country.
Yeah.
I bet that bullet train shit was cool, huh?
It was super cool, man. It was that's another thing, man. I wish we had, man. Bullet trains. You can go somewhere.
Well, you know, Elon Musk is trying to. Well, you know, Elon Musk trying to do everything.
Yeah.
But he's trying to get the bullet train system, especially going. I think trying to connect Vegas to Los Angeles.
It won't work though.
Why you say that?
I've read into some things like that, and it's just basically it's more of like the way the United States was built, like how Japan's different from it. So Japan built their thing. It's very like compact, and it's basically to where it's like you can walk anywhere over there. So it's basically like you could go in the middle of the road and like travel and everything's like accessible. In America, they purposely did it to where everything was spread out. Basically, back in the Ford industry when the cars were coming out, and they did that on purpose, and they made buildings so much farther spread out because they could have made them. Like, think of the old westerns where like you go in and there's like the towns all lined up on each side, and you could just walk in the saloons and things like that's how it would have been. But they spread and moved everything around on purpose because they wanted people to have to get further to their jobs and stuff like that. And what would you need if you're going to travel further? A car. So when it was coming up, that's kind of what played into the American situation of how they like spread that stuff out. So, and this goes more into depth of like people could look this up, but basically, because we waited so long, people have all these houses and all these other places there, and to be able to like run trains and things through so many places that we already have. Not only would it take a bunch of money, you're now having to get like a bunch of like different cities and governors and mayors and like. I don't know if it's the Senate.
What about just between cities though? I don't know.
But between cities, it's probably a lot easier if you're talking about that. But in terms of like connecting lots of that stuff. But see, again, this is above my knowledge, so this is not a fact. This is speculation. I don't know if this would be something you talk to the Senate or whoever talks to it. But this would be like a governor or something you would have to do between like cities to get approved, and that's like different funding, different money. They all have to be on the same thing. They have to know who's getting what tax breaks from what. So there's
Elon Musk, bro.
I'm just saying, there's a lot into why it's so more complicated than people think. Because it's like it all just comes down to money and politics. So if they wanted to, they could, but it's basically like, oh well, like it's the same reason that they're talking about like why there's no connection from the Middle East to like Africa, because there's like a thing. To the bridge, I don't know exactly where to that. I think it's kind of want to say kind of near Egypt or the top, where it's only separated by like I want to say like 9 miles or something like that. Where they're like, you basically could connect a whole continent if you made a bridge, and they're basically saying like, oh well, who would get rights to that bridge? Who owns what? Who passes into that? And again, it all just comes down to like money and politics.
That's how you know a lot of this shit is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
a lot of this shit is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, glad you came back to this side of the world safe and sound. I'm glad you didn't get kidnapped and shit like that. Fred, what's been going on with you, man? You've been over there quiet.
Man, I've been wishing I was in Japan.
God. He said wishing I was in Japan.
Appreciate you, man. That would have been really awkward if he never noticed that. We're gonna edit that out, right? We can speed that up.
Leave that in. I'll be like,
Nah, dude. If you're a big anime fan and you're a big oh well, you'd probably still like music and shit like that, and they have a really interesting culture for those. Yeah. I would also just say anyone who's like, you're really not into anime? That's interesting. I thought you'd be a big anime fan, but anyway, anyone that's like
supposed to be. It's because I'm black.
I mean, yeah.
But Fred, you do seem like the kind of Negro that would like anime,
right?
Do I really?
Just a little bit, yeah.
You do. I don't know if I'm typecasting you or like.
So we're definitely.
I mean, you are. It's the subtitles for me.
I love Asian movies and subtitle stuff. It doesn't bother me.
Nah, I don't like that shit.
Because you can't read.
Mind-numbing entertainment to be mind-numbing
for sure.
For that reason.
That's fair.
And it could be because I'm a musician, so a lot of times, like, you're focused on.
You're already
shit.
having to read a lot. He's like, nigga, I already have to read sheet music. I don't want to read
feel
other
me? Like,
shit.
I don't want to read. And then, like, anime got popular when we was in school, so it was like, you want me to do homework and then do more homework.
I can see that. That makes sense.
That's crazy.
But I would, like I said, I would convince everything. And this goes back to like the traveling thing, man. If anyone wants to travel stuff, it's way easier than people actually think. It's just about as simple as like, you have, again, harder with kids, obviously, situations like that. But if someone like the regular Joe Schmo out there that's like, oh, I can't do it, but he has a credit card and all this other stuff that he spends money in. Like, I know a dude who like at work and he was like, oh, I can't do that. I'm like, bro, you literally just paid $600 for like a tattoo. And then on top of that, you just paid like $400 or $500 more for the previous part of the tattoo, which again, that's your business. That's your like, that's your vice. You want to do that. That's with you. But I'm like, that literally right there was the plane ticket. Like, so people make a lot of those excuses. And they're like, oh, I can't. But I'm like, you can.
Yeah, a lot of people don't prioritize it, and a lot of people aren't interested in it, which is, it's fair.
It's great cultural experience, man. I would, if anyone can, man, like, and don't go somewhere that's like fucking Canada or somewhere that's like the exact same as like America or like Australia. Like, go somewhere that's like, go somewhere that's gonna like go to Africa or like Japan or somewhere that's gonna literally give you a culture shock. because it was nice and it was wild at the same time, but it was a great experience.
Yeah, because when we were in Vegas, it wasn't as much of a culture shock per se, but like everybody over there, not everybody, most people over there are just very vain, and so it's very easy to stand out if you were like a real nigga.
Is he doing that thing where he like just like boosts himself up again? Where he's always like, he's doing that thing where he's like nigga, we know when you try to be humble again. Like, nigga.
I'm not saying I'm a real nigga, but
I'm
I
just
stood out.
I'm just saying, bro.
No.
I'm just saying when I walk, niggas move. Man. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say shit about it. All I'm gonna say is real recognize real, and a bunch of these niggas looking unfamiliar right now.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dude. Yo, but
This gotta be the most anti-humble thing I ever.
brag.
Yeah. This nigga stay doing that shit. If y'all don't know anything about my niggas, about my man Juan over here, bro, he is the most like. How would you extract? How would like? I don't know how to describe.
I don't know. Juan is just that nigga. Like,
I think we said it. Yeah, see,
because you really all been like that. Always been like ever since I know you. You just been like he been real humble, but like real confident at the same time. So
the most humblest cocky nigga I ever met. Like, I don't even know. Like,
I appreciate it.
And you always say it like that too. You be like, man, you know, I just noticed some shit. You know, it's like I was just moving around. I just happened to notice these bitches was just staring at me, but I was like, I ain't tripping about it. You know, like, everything goes out nonchalant. It's
No, shut the fuck up. All I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is
all I'm trying to say is I'm that nigga. That's it.
No, when we got over there, bro, I noticed that a lot of people were like, people are just vain. Like, if you beautiful, you.
I can't even take this nigga serious anymore. Everything that come out, everything he gonna follow it up with. Like, you know when someone says, when someone's like, hey. When they're like, I'm gonna say something, but don't take no offense to this, and it's gonna be like really offensive. It's like that. It's like,
hey man, fuck it. Let's just get to that.
How we gonna talk about niggas being vain? He's like, when you really beautiful, my nigga. He's like, you know when you just dripped out like a nigga. Like,
no, what I'm trying to say is like that's just the market over there. Like how you were saying that like tech and suits and shit is the thing in Japan. And fuck. I'm gonna have to whoop some ass. That's the thing in Japan. Like in Vegas, yeah, I think that's what it is. But in Japan, it's raining. I apologize for any problems with the audio. Or whatever.
It's raining good too.
It's raining good and hard. But in Vegas, it's like being beautiful. Like being, if you can stand out with your looks and stuff like that. Like you can easily they beautiful, pretty privilege exists.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely in Vegas. Like that's
man,
so crazy.
As an actor, I can sit here and tell you 100% that's the man. I just got back from an audition, and I don't want to cut you off. I actually just got back from role. I was filming a commercial.
Tell us about your commercial, nigga.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I just got back from filming this commercial like last week, and it's I don't know if I can talk about it. I think it should be fine.
Well, don't get yourself fucked up, nigga.
No, I mean I'm not. I don't have videos or pictures of it, so it's not like it's not like no Marvel shit that we're like I'm saying who was on set type shit. So I'm pretty sure this is fine. But I already posted some pictures of me from the sets and stuff. But this is you guys have Redstone,
the Arsenal,
the credit union.
Oh yeah.
It was for Redstone Credit Union, the Union Bank stuff over there.
Yeah.
So I was doing a commercial for them, and they're saying in the thing they're like, hey, we want to book you for this role. My agent sent it to me, and I'm like, all right, bet, cool. And I go out there, and they're like, all right, so we want you to bring this list of clothes, and they're like, oh, it's gonna be summer. Think something simple like plaid, blah blah blah. So I go there, and I'm like in a plaid shirt, red plaid shirt, and I get there, and we're at the front of the shit, and he's like putting people in for the commercial and shit. What we're gonna do, and the nigga takes one look at me, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna need someone over here for this scene right here, and I'm like, and he looks at me, goes. Someone without a loud ass red shirt. I'm like, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Nigga put me behind 3 scenes, 3 buildings, a trash can, and turned off the lights. Like, for real. Like, on God. Like, for real. And I'm just like,
so you were saying that you were ugly.
I'm like, am I just ugly? Like, damn, nigga, I got other shirts. Yeah. Like, I brought other shit I could put on. So he saw me. Saw the shirt I was wearing, and on the thing, it literally, I'm wearing what they said to wear. Like, it said red's fine, it said plaid. I'm like, bet, I'm matching all the boxes. He looked at it and said, nah, something without a red ass loud shirt. And then he like dead ass makes me sit. So he's filming here, and they rented out like this whole like mall. It's like all rented out and shit to do in the mall. And he puts me on. So there's the building right here, and on the outside of the fucking building, he has me. And it gets funnier. So he has me over here. And now everybody's in here, like the film crew, they're congregating. I have the pictures on my phone, dude. And everyone's here. They're like all having fun. They're like, "Oh, you see that nigga outside?" Like what an idiot. Like so, like they're all eating and chopping it up. I'm sitting at a table. Like, oh god, I'm trying to explain this so well. So it's all glass here. So they put this whole white sheet on the glass to kind of make like a silhouette of like shadows to take the shadows away.
Yeah.
So on the outside, you seen those videos where like people are like walking through, like someone's like in like a little restaurant, and then you see people on the outside in the walk, like in the movies and stuff like that. He did that to me. So he put me on the outside to where you'd only like see like my fucking legs or some shit, and he put me on a seat. So he put me in the seat.
So we watched the commercial. Could we even tell it's you?
No.
hey, he just needed you for a pair of legs.
Hey, they made that joke. They're like, your legs are looking great in this thing. I'm like, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all could have left me home. Y'all could have sent me this check at home, and I could have chilled. So they put me in a seat. They put me in the chair, and they're like, sit like you're acting at the store. Then they kept moving me back. I'm like, nigga, you know the wall's right here, right? Like, I'm gonna be behind the wall. And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. Them niggas put me as far out of the shot as they possibly fucking could.
Like, but then you won't be able to see my face. They were like,
bro, almost exactly that. Like, I wish I was.
That's hella disrespectful. I don't think I got the ego for some shit like that. I think, man.
I wish I was joking.
I'd quit.
I wish I was joking. There was about
nigga, do you not see me?
There was about 10. Actually, I can count in my head. I actually wouldn't know this.
This nigga running out of fingers.
There was about 8 actors on set for this shot. That's all I needed. Maybe 8 or 9. Only 2 of us got on the outside that they didn't use. Me and this other dude.
Was he also black?
No, he was a white dude. He was super cool.
Ugly.
No comment. Just in case he sees this video. But no, like, they put me with him, and I'm looking at it like, all right, this ain't cool. Like, y'all put me one of the hot girls out here. That might have been like, okay, well, maybe it is the shirt. Like, so these niggas put me in the seat, and they put me basically behind the wall, behind another glass panel, man. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, and one of the sound guys comes out, and he's like, you over there working hard? Like, making the jokes and shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm carrying this fucking film and shit on my back. And he's like, I can see that. And he's like laughing. He's got the mics and like the lights and shit. He's like, oh man. He's like, yeah, man, you looking great, man. The camera loves you. Like, he's over there like talking shit to me and shit. Niggas got jokes. He was pretty cool. It was funny.
I would have had to up the bleak.
But no, like, they put me.
I would have had to up the bleak. But like, now you talking shit. Don't talk shit. Don't try me. Don't nobody know me. Those are the only 2 things you ain't got to do.
I mean, I still got paid for like basically not doing shit. So it was straight. But no, like in the video.
How much did you get paid?
Nigga, ask me my checking account. It was about. They still haven't, because I got it. My agent gets a cut too. But it was like $400 for like 5 hours worth of work. But I sat the whole time, so I really wasn't working. I pretty much just like, I really didn't do anything. Like, I was playing because they couldn't see me. I'm like on my phone. I'm literally like in the shot as they're doing it, just playing on my phone.
That shit fire.
And they only had like my legs, so basically my legs are doing this.
Yeah.
And they have my legs like I'm sitting down at like a table.
I'm gonna do some calf raises. So
I literally was doing. Yeah, bro. On God,
Fred gonna be a leg model,
bro. I was like doing the jumping thing. I was doing the leg jump. I'm like, them niggas gonna see me. Like, what? I was over there doing it. I was over there trying to get. I did like a little foot cross and shit. Like, trying to get noticed. They were like, the black dude in the khaki pants. Can you stop tapping? I'm like, shit, that's me. Like, I'm the only black nigga over here. But no, like, it was super disrespectful because I was like, I know y'all niggas did not. I wish I had like, I'm gonna show y'all off camera when we pause the actual pictures because I can't put that up there. But like to show you like where I was and like where we like the stuff, and it was just like, yeah. So I'm not in it. I'm in the commercial, but I ain't in the commercial. Like when friends are gonna be like, I was like, yeah, you see me in that commercial? Like, yeah, nigga, like where were you? And they're like, over there. And you'd be like,
at least now
man.
you know somebody lying. But like, did you see me in that commercial? Be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, you lying? No, you didn't. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, when people's like, yeah, I might have seen you somewhere. No, you haven't. But no, it was like I said. I've actually been doing a lot of roles and stuff recently. I've been getting a lot of auditions and stuff, and I just finished up like another 3 different auditions I put out. So I mean, they've been coming in. I'm hoping to get something that I can actually be on screen this time.
Yeah.
This is the last one, but I was like, it's
get paid, young nigga, get paid.
I mean, you gotta. Like I said, man, it's a good side hustle, man. I'm just trying to, you know.
And 400 for 5 hours is still.
I mean, yeah.
Grip. Like,
I love being on set. You don't do nothing. So basically, they had, and we could have left, but they were bringing us food. They paid us with lunch. You come in, they have the whole craft tables just like you see in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
They have the whole spread. They have like the catering people. They have all the food for the actors and people to go and eat. Yeah. And they're like, oh, well, we're gonna do these, and they're talking to other people. So like the whole time you're just sitting there, just chilling, and every time you're there, you're just getting paid, even when you're not working.
I really appreciate how all of us are artists in our own right.
So I
appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that none of y'all are low value men.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that highly. I really was bragging on y'all on one of the episodes. I think it was episode 4 when I had Malcolm Jessup on. I was just like, all of my guys out doing wondrous shit in the world. I think Fred had a gig that day. You was in Japan. Dante was in Tulum.
Hey, man, you just hang out with some interesting people, man.
Yeah. Y'all make me look good. Y'all justify my real nigga-ness.
And there you go, be humble again. Nigga, your modesty is in drones.
I'm just saying, y'all justify my real.
He's like, y'all niggas so good, makes me look so much better. Like, but nah, like I said, I appreciate that, man. We really do. Like my goal actually, like, you know, I really want to get to the point where like I get successful enough where I can like help out my friends in those situations. Because it's not about being like super rich and famous. I mean, obviously that'd be nice to be able to.
That's exactly what it's all about.
To be super like, I mean, no, like everyone, everyone wants to be financially stable, but I always thought it'd be really cool to like basically like have stuff that were like, for instance, like if I got to the point where like my like acting career was like more like up there, and I was getting like, you know, stuff like me just coming on your podcast, you know, you could be like, yeah, like, you know, Cordel's on the podcast, boom, now your stuff instantly better.
Viral.
Going to like chilling with Fred, and he's doing his music stuff.
That
boom,
shit's fire.
That's just bad. You know, you could help.
Yeah.
Just like simple things like that, like not even in terms of money, like you just help friends out and stuff like like getting noticed and just certain things and, you know, stuff like that.
That's actually ties into a conversation that I did have on the itinerary, which was a problem that Huntsville has with its artists, and why I think that it's so hard to find people from Huntsville who have actually made it and who actually will make it big. And I feel like it's because motherfuckers is afraid to do favors. A lot of people get mad at me. I've had several people get mad at me for saying that, but I feel like the biggest problem with Huntsville, and it's artist problem with people making it, and not just music, but in all other forms, is that people want to get paid like they already done made it. And don't get me wrong, I get paid. Yeah, I get that, but like Huntsville ain't got music industry money in it.
No, Huntsville's it's all like factories and business. Huntsville's known for like the jets and the rockets and the very aerospace. So I mean, it's not a very music industry place at all.
But even in so the thing about places like Mobile, Birmingham, Montgomery, where you've had people that have semi-made it big out of those places, the reason why it's so hard for Huntsville is because a lot of those places where they did funnel in some type of music industry money was funded by drug money. And the thing about Huntsville, crazy enough, is that if a white person from Huntsville gets big musically, a lot of times they go other places and do that, like Nashville, or they might go to Austin, Texas. And because of the genre of music that they have, that's just, you know, it's popular, and they can flourish in those areas, right? And still be someone that made it out of Huntsville, Alabama. For black people, it's a little different because a lot of these places, their music industry was funded by drug money. Well, Huntsville gentrified a lot of the ghettos in this motherfucker. And so it dispersed a lot of black people. And so, not saying that it should have come up off drug money, but you have people that are hood rich or whatever, but it never got to the point to where you had this place where, if you want to use an extreme example, we could talk about South Side of Chicago, like O Block and all of that other shit, where once Chief Keef or whoever else the fuck made it, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit stayed right there. Like that money kept coming back to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, did it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he left, but I mean, before he left, he was putting a lot of niggas on. Look at Lil Durk and what he did for King Von and all the rest of them motherfuckers.
Oh, you're talking about as far as artists.
Yeah, as far as artists.
Oh,
yeah,
when you said, I said, last time I checked, O Block's still poor. Like, they still
yeah.
poor.
No, not like that. Not
I was like,
that.
wait, them niggas up.
Not like that. Not like that, but as far as like exposure and shit.
I got it. I'm following
now.
now. Yeah.
I was gonna say that, like, with the Huntsville artists, I feel like every other artist has a bunch of niggas that just kick it in the studio 24/7. All they do is produce beats and make raps and do whatever, and they was already kicking it. So then when one of them popped, and they got 10 more people that was just kicking it with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just put on.
I understand both sides, cause all right, so it's all about networking.
For sure.
As an actor, as a music artist, and another musician and stuff like you guys obviously know how important it is to network and being able to have that thing. So in the acting world, it's the same thing. You know, you're trying to network, you're trying to meet people to put you on, different things like that. But I feel like the part where, and I'm just speculating here. Think of all the rappers that have died recently.
For sure.
Think of like the King Vons and the
fucking
Pop Smoke and like XX and all the people that have been like attacked for like having money and stuff like that, and just like how dangerous it is. And it could be, and again, I'm just speculating here, it could be the sense of like, you know, people are like, oh, they're less like, oh, what is it, PND Rock?
Yeah, PNB
got like
Rock.
murdered for his like chains or something like that, or shot like just like so it could be as simple as like maybe people aren't trying to put them, because again, like me normally if I go out and meet a like actor or something, I'm like, oh, let's connect, you know, we'd hang out and like we like, you know, learn about it, and I talked about them, and then I, you know, learn people they met.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's also some of that there, because I obviously the early Kanye stuff, when you hear about like him meeting people and them, you know, he's meeting these producers and they're meeting these other people, and now it's become such a thing to where it's like, if you have even a decent big circle and stuff, you never know who's gonna stab you in the back, or people are like after you or trying to like rob you. Like, did you hear about that one story?
Finesse 2 times.
It was a big story just happened recently. I can't remember his name, but I think it was like something Savage.
Okay.
About the dude who
California?
No. About the dude, and if anyone knows in the comments or if they want to add into it, but he was up and coming rapper. He was offered to do this, and you guys can look it up. It's a crazy story. It just happened like not even a month or two ago. He's up and coming rapper, and these people hit him up. They wanted to do like a verse with him, and he's like, "Bet, come through." And they basically tried to rob him. And the dude, like, they shot through his house. They like pulled the gun on him, and him and his girl, whoever was at the time, they ended up killing him. They killed the dude that was trying to rob him. And he, you know, got shot and
what
stuff.
did I say about folks on that episode where DJ Mood was on this motherfucker, and I said, folks need to stop trying to snatch folks' chains. He said, ain't nobody dying. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't thinking nobody dying.
They ran up in his house. They ran up in his house and they tried to kill him.
Now your ass stinking.
And they ended up killing that guy. So then he took a picture of himself standing in his house with all the bullet holes and like basically saying like, yo, we killed that dude. Like, I survived.
With the arm cast?
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that.
You know what? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. That same dude. He got killed 4 days after that.
Yeah.
Because they went and found him, and they were like, aren't you like worried about like the people finding you? Because he's like, no, I ain't leaving and stuff. And then they killed him later. The same dude you're talking about, the picture with the arm cast, because he got shot and stuff.
This shit's fucking crazy.
But I'm saying that is an example of like people like, you know, he let those people in because he thought they were like, you know, obviously he was wrong to like brag about killing his ops or whatever. And then they ended up taking that bad, and he said he wasn't leaving, and he was, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, you know. So I mean, he should have left.
But I think we're saying the same thing, because I think that is a part of it. How some people are just shiesty, and so I feel like that's jaded a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm saying that's probably what stops it. So that's like what I was saying as an example of like he tried to get on with someone, help him, and he literally was getting robbed. Yeah. And I feel like that happens so much now, and it's such a new thing in that industry. If you're talking about specifically for artists, I don't know. I've never heard of that happening with actors or like other people.
No.
But as far as like artists and rappers, I feel like maybe that's the disconnect of like maybe why they wouldn't put someone else on, because it's basically like as soon as you make it.
Well, I'm not even talking about putting somebody else on. I'm talking about lifting each other up at this point.
Yeah,
because there's nobody to put anybody on. Well, I mean, relatively, but like that heel, that this person's pinnacle isn't all.
But
that
that's
high.
what I'm saying.
I feel like the probably the most supported, well-known artist in Huntsville might be Super King Big Pope.
And I don't even know who that
Trans
is.
Lee.
Trans Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know who either of those are. But
maybe I'm trying to think of anybody like.
I don't know anybody that's went major
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't even.
aside from Trans Lee.
I don't think that. I wouldn't consider Super King to be major by any stretch of the imagination, but he most certainly is in the rap community.
how much followers?
I don't know how many followers he has. He's been in and out of. I ain't telling the man business. I don't know nothing
He's
about.
probably in the same.
But
area.
if you look up his music on like YouTube or to like get a gauge of how many like his viewership and his streaming stuff, like it's up there. Like
I think it's the same thing as the one guy I was just telling you about. Like he had like a couple 100,000 followers, and he was like known, but it wasn't like major. Like if I just said his name, like I don't even know his name, so that's like probably. But they said he was about to make a bag because he had just did an interview and he had all this thing, and he was on the news, and people were like talking about him. Got smoked 4 days later. But yeah, man, I mean, you really don't. People don't like, you know.
I feel like one issue that Huntsville could have is that a lot of people, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like a lot of people are pushing one or two songs that they made in like 08, in 2010, 2015, 2016, and still waiting on that to blow. And what I see from major artists is that like these niggas got catalogs, bro.
Yeah, it's a game of volume. It most certainly is a game. Super King Big Pope, I think this might be one of his most popular songs, Best For Me, on YouTube has 869,000 views.
Okay, we'll look at with the shout out. There we go.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's kind of a gauge of like, you know, this one. And he got some views or whatever.
Man, you gonna have him on the show?
With Super King Big Pope, we actually recorded a song in the same studio that he and them was doing a lot of their stuff in back in the day. So I don't know. I might reach out to him, try to get him on the show.
Okay,
for sure.
I feel like that'd be a good question to ask him about that music stuff.
Yeah, probably so.
You start grilling him, nigga. Why aren't you putting niggas on?
Well, I don't know. Once again,
why aren't you more famous?
I ain't got time for the drama that will come with that.
You put him on the hot seat, like wait a minute, like nigga, how much you make?
I don't know if he's out though. Like I ain't been keeping up with him.
Why aren't you bowing?
I know for a while
he might be.
I think this nigga said I don't know who he is, and he said I think he might play.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said I didn't know he is.
He don't know who he is.
Okay.
I definitely know who that is.
Yeah. I think he is. But I have to.
He's what?
Out. I'm gonna expand this question that I got right here. Cordell, I'll let you answer the first part since I'm gonna expand it. Who do you think is the best actor alive today?
Ooh. Range and all?
Yeah, like just your personal opinion.
My personal.
It's very subjective. This part is not all facts, although it could be.
All right.
It all depends on how far you are at answering this question.
I've never seen anyone with a bigger, and I'm a big movie buff, and
okay.
And I like, you know, there's a lot of people that could go in that same thing, but if you're talking about like my specific reasonings for like, because there's a lot of really great actors, but they all have kind of the same thing. Like don't get me wrong, like Samuel Jackson, amazing actor, but they don't typecast him, but they love to use his like motherfucker, and like he uses a lot of the same line type thing,
right?
But that's what he's known for, and they love using that.
Right.
So, but I'm talking about like someone who's got like a bag. I'm talking about, and again, love Samuel. He's definitely got a range. I don't want anyone to be like hitting him with this, like he said, you know. But Leonardo DiCaprio, man.
Really?
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen a more like well-rounded I'm talking about from drama to comedy to, and he doesn't have a lot of comedy though, to just like action to like for instance, a lot of
Wall Street, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So his range is ridiculous. The ones he does for like Shutter Island or The Departed, like so many.
I got you. I got you.
There's so many like when people understand, like it takes almost no effort to do like comedy.
Right.
Comedy, like slapstick and stuff, there's like, it's like very, very easy. And again, I'm not saying that in the sense of like acting is easy, because it's not. It's like easy and hard. But if you're being honest with the certain ones, like it's way easier to try to be like laugh and stuff than it is to like try and like be like emotionally break down and cry and like be that vulnerable. And a lot of his things are like that, which is why I feel like Will Smith never got a lot of his recognitions, because when he was coming out, he did a lot of comedy. It's very easy. It's not that serious. It's like a lot of slapstick. There's not very many intense moments for you to basically show your acting chops, which is why when he won it from King Richard and he did the ones for like 7 pounds and all those other crazy good ones, that's when you start building that catalog, is when you have like crazy in-depth ones for that.
But Will Smith, I feel like, has always tried to add the element in, because there was that episode on Fresh Prince where, you know, he the dad scene, the dad crying.
Yeah, but that's true. But that's one in like very, very many, in very like short instances.
No. Yeah. I'm just saying, like he has tried to sprinkle it in here and there.
In terms of all acting, Leonardo has like the widest range in like history of movies, from like ranging from like small dramas to big to like heartbreak to deep to just everything.
I can see that.
Personal.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's the other ones that are like high up there that I would say that have really good. There's tons of amazing actors, but it's like I said, as far as like diversity, like that's why, like for like Morgan Freeman, like we all know Morgan Freeman's amazing, but he's always kind of like he's gonna be the voiceover guy, a lot of things like that. We see like, you know, you're gonna see The Rock in a lot of movies, and I think The Rock's pretty good in a lot of situations, but he plays kind of the same character.
Yeah,
same thing
for every movie.
Plays The Rock in every movie.
That's why somebody was trying to make the argument that they tried to make the argument that Batista was a better wrestler turned actor because of his range that he's played. He
has ridiculous range, from the Army of the Dead to the one he did with Knock on the Cabin, that horror one. Like, when was the last time you saw The Rock in a horror movie?
I mean, but he would be the villain. He would have to be.
Well, Dave Bautista was the villain. He was one of the. But that's what I'm saying is like that's what makes you an actor in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a sense because everyone, you know, you can try and be. But I'm saying when you get on that level of scale, like way above me and stuff, when they do that, like you said, when you were saying that's a good prop, that's a good example of like The Rock has done so much more, but Dave Bautista has done so much more in that time in terms of like range. Where The Rock plays mostly him, like Ryan Reynolds. Love Ryan Reynolds to death. I think he's an amazing actor, but. Watch a Ryan Reynolds movie.
You know what you're gonna get.
He's playing Ryan Reynolds. You know what I mean?
Somebody that I feel like could have had a larger catalog, and we probably would be talking about in this same thing, is Heath Ledger.
Oh, definitely.
Heath Ledger, because didn't that role kill him?
No, he died in that role, but it wasn't what killed him. I think he overdosed.
Okay, but no, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, didn't that
that was his last role? Yes.
Yeah.
But not the role. He wasn't like, I can't take this fucking role. Like,
no. I didn't.
They did say that it was like he was so immersed in it.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Potentially, I can't quote on that because I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it could be. It could be. I don't have that knowledge at the top of my head. Yeah. But that's interesting. You would say Heath Ledger? That's
No. I wouldn't say Heath Ledger. I'm just saying that I feel like if we had he had
more catalog. Yeah.
Yeah. If he had more of a catalog, we would be talking, because that role as the Joker, I think, even though because of what the Joker is, and his ability to immerse himself in it the way that he did.
That's another actor, and I'm gonna let you go for it because I feel like we haven't let Fred go for his one as well. That's another actor, same one for that other movie that with Heath Ledger and Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
The other one, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
That's another actor that's like range on like ridiculous.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, a lot of black people don't know a lot of these people because we watch a lot of black shit. But we're talking about black actors, then we could obviously weave in and out and talk about, you know, the Will Smiths, the Denzels, the I was going to say Vivica Fox, Octavia Spencers, and the, you know, all of the woo-wops. But a lot of these other people have these roles that I feel like go outside of the realm of it takes another skill, because I feel like a lot of movies that I see that are black based, the skill required, and don't get me wrong, it's still skill, but it's very much it's stuff that you see every day. So it's stuff that you could go out and people watch and kind of pick up. I feel like. versus like you can't just go out and people watch and like figure out how to be the Joker. You gotta read the material. You gotta look at the shows. You gotta actually do a deep historical dive into what this character is, and then formulate your own.
I feel like that's a lot of them, but I don't want to get into that right now. I want Fred to be able to go because we haven't. What do you think, Fred?
Well, I was gonna say between Denzel or like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, Robert Downey's a good one.
Yeah,
he's a good one.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's a really good pick, actually. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
If you can go in
Didn't we say
blackface.
that?
Yeah. Huh?
I said, didn't we say that?
No.
On one episode? No, I'm saying on the episode with DJ Moo, we was talking about actors that never got an Oscar. And Robert Downey Jr. was on that list.
Oh yeah, Robert. If you can go in blackface and the black community still like, oh yeah, we fucking love.
Yeah.
Like,
They defend him.
Yeah,
acting.
he said, look, he said they, not me, but they.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like it didn't offend me as much
shouldn't
as
have. It was perfect.
some other people.
It was perfect satire. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
But no, I mean Robert Downey Jr. is a very, very good pick. Actually,
Yeah.
See, and I go back to the same thing is when I look at it that like because to be an actor, you were supposed to conform to your role.
Yeah.
And nowadays, and again, don't get me wrong, if I could be one character and live off of making this, I would totally do that shit. But and originally actors,
these folks think you ugly.
Hey man,
They only want your legs.
if they got like an ugly Betty roll or some shit, I got you. But no, like as an actor, you're supposed to like completely conform to your role, and that's like the original thing is like, hey, if you're gonna be this person, be that person.
Right.
Versus now, it's kind of slowly become to like, and it's very normalized. Like I said, with the not Robert, but the Rocks and the
Vin Diesel.
and the Vin Diesel. Yeah, it's a very Vin Diesel. Like when you see something, you know what you're gonna get from them because they're gonna play the exact same thing, and they play it very, very well.
Vin Diesel, Dom Toretto, whatever his name is, and Riddick are all the same people.
Literally.
All the same people. Now I don't know. I heard Vin Diesel. I've heard him talk naturally, and I feel like there is a stark difference between his natural personality and those roles, but he plays those roles.
But that's what I'm saying. You get typecast. So in Hollywood, you get typecast. So it's like if you were early, like the high school, the hard thought. Like if you go into a thing right now, and if I had tattoos all over my face and all over my body, the only roles I'd ever get is like thug or prison gangster or something like that because you're gonna get typecast. You can't get cast for a lot of certain things the way you look or the way you act. So like early on, when people are like struggling where they're talking about child actors or how to break out in certain things, like take Miley Cyrus for instance. Like she was on Hannah Montana for like the longest time, and they were only like, oh, I can only see her like this. I can only see her as a child thing. That's why she did all that crazy stuff when she finally got out, and all the twerking and
that's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
came in like a record. That's her.
Yeah, all that stuff when she
shit.
came out, when she was like twerking and all that other stuff. She basically was saying she's like, well, I had to like.
Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong song.
Yeah, she was basically like, well, that was never me. I had to like show how to be different and break out. You pretty much have to do something that wild to get them to stop looking at you in that typecasting role because like a lot of early actors where they're like the early roles that they were in, if they looked at them as like you're the high school like nerdy dude, that's all you'll ever.
I think that's a little bit of what Chloe and Halle Bailey are facing.
Yeah, no,
just a little bit.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. You will get typecast. That is normal.
Fred has his opinions.
So I mean, like for instance, like but you can.
Why are you disappointed in Chloe?
Because I don't feel like we needed another one of those.
Another one of what? Black people?
Another let me put my ass in your face woman artist.
Got
you know what I'm saying? Like we got enough twerkers. We got enough.
Halle Bailey's not a twerker, is she? That's the
No,
girl.
I'm talking about, I said Chloe Bailey.
Chloe Bailey.
Is that her sister?
Yeah.
Chloe's the older one, right?
She got a song that say "ass so big."
Because Halle Bailey, I had to always say her name slowly, otherwise I'll say Halle Berry. Yeah. But that's the one who's like the Little Mermaid now, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
She's still kind of keeping it PG, but
but her sister.
Yeah, Chloe's out there.
Yeah, which I understand. Yeah, I mean, I really ain't got no opinion on it.
I kind of like because I have a daughter, so I feel like
having a daughter will change you.
There are fewer and fewer, like people that I can just put in front of her face. Like I play a lot of like Lauryn Hill, Angie Stone type shit for my daughter sometimes, just because I want her to hear a woman that's singing soulfully and not just about sex.
Right.
And Chloe, I feel like one has the face card to just be beautiful without taking a single shred of clothing off.
Well,
And
that's
she
most
has
women.
the voice. No, it's not.
No, I'm saying like
No.
I'm saying a lot of
No.
women are really beautiful
No.
that don't need to take their clothes off.
No, not like that.
Maybe not.
There's
Alabama.
I don't know, it's a thing, but not only does she have the face card, she also has the voice,
Right.
to where she could just really sing and it would be just good, but instead, we're talking about cheating back and shit like that, and it's just like, why?
She was getting them cheeks clapped by Damson. Going crazy. Not Snowfall. What was the name? What was that? What the fuck show was that? That movie.
Oh, the Hive or whatever.
I had an audition.
Yeah,
I had an audition for one of the dudes in Snowfall.
Really?
What I was finna say was, speaking of,
yeah.
who do you? This was the other part of the question. This was for the musicians, and you can most certainly chime in. Who do you think is the greatest live performing musician? Let's do alive today and dead. So it's probably gonna be two answers, or it might be the same answer.
For me, it's gotta be.
I got mine.
I don't know, because I've seen some really dope rock shows, like Freddie Mercury was wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are bands, but I guess we can include bands and shit like that.
Well, I mean, Queen was a band, but Freddie Mercury was Freddie.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna go with Michael Jackson.
Okay, that's for both answers.
Alive and Dead.
Yeah. Okay,
That was mine.
that was yours.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna contest that. I'm actually gonna contest it. I'm gonna have to throw Beyonce in there, and I hate to be that person.
What?
I hate to be that person. But like alive, it got to be Beyonce.
I don't
Like,
disagree with
When
you.
you say performing,
Yes.
are you talking about like showmanship as well as like lyrical or like
All
what
of
is
it?
your-
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah,
put
like
on
when
a
you
live
go-
performance.
Because
Yeah,
if my only other person that I would even put even close to Michael Jackson on that would probably be like Chris Brown as far as live, and I do that mostly because of his dancing and his other like antics and things because of his song and things like that. Because that you get a whole.
My thing is
performance
this:
with it
like
as
with with the fall of the BET Awards, I felt like Chris Brown's live performing kind of went down because I feel like Chris Brown is a legend. Let me say what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that he's not a legend. I'm not saying that he's not a great live performer. His Michael Jackson tribute at the BET Awards in 2009, 2000, like that was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying
that's
though,
performing for me is like all of that combined as well.
Right.
And I feel like he does that. Like obviously, Beyonce's gonna have the singing, and then she can dance too. Obviously,
What?
Like
what are you talking about?
I just said she
Have
can
you
dance.
ever seen Beyonce?
I literally just said she can dance.
Nah, bro, don't disrespect her.
I literally just said she can
You
dance.
said kind
Nah,
of. You it's
no.
like
I-
putting a butt after some
y'all
shit.
stop. I literally just said she can dance.
My wife is
I was
an
saying-
avid Beyonce fan,
I was
bro.
saying in this terms of she can't dance like Chris Brown.
She doesn't have to. She can dance like fucking Beyonce.
I mean,
What are you talking
it's been a while since she hit something with like single ladies. Okay, let's be honest.
I mean,
What?
she's 44.
I know,
That and she's
okay.
on tour right now. That's the point
All
that I'm
I'm,
making.
all I'm saying is the last time Beyonce had some crazy dance type really was like single ladies when she was like hitting everything.
That's
I'm
not
like,
true. That's not true.
When was the last one?
And not only that,
What was
but
the
she
last
was
one?
doing it on her tours. Like,
What was the
you
last
talking about a
one?
music video.
She on the Renaissance whatever festival the Renaissance tour whatever she's on now. This lady got up and performed at 44 for 2.5 hours.
She's supposed to. That's her job.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think that nobody else is doing that still and as consistently as she's done
Tom
it.
Brady was as of last year. He was 44.
Shut up.
I
Anyway,
mean, well, yeah, I don't know, but Beyonce's definitely up there.
all I'm
that's
saying-
what I'm
Without a
saying.
doubt.
Like I don't know if I could. So if for me, that's why I said it was multiple.
I
answers
think Chris
because
Brown's got a better catalog too. That's me though.
You
Beyonce?
You really about to get put off this show. This nigga
He's
said
making me angry.
Yeah,
Like,
You're entitled to y'all wrongs opinions. I mean, that's all.
I mean, Chris Brown
Brown-
is dope, but he's made a lot of the same song. A lot.
You said his catalog's better than Beyonce.
Personally, I think it's better. I think he has more memorable songs. And I say that saying Beyonce has lots of memorable songs, and Beyonce's made a lot of money, and she's doing incredibly well for herself. I'm not saying that you guys make it sound like I'm like, oh, Beyonce's trash. I also love Beyonce, but I can sit here and be like, for instance, you guys remember that debate people would have when they're like, who had the better catalog, Usher or Chris Brown, and there was like that same thing. I'm just saying, personally, I feel like, and again, maybe it's a little bit more of age, and maybe there's just a little bit more bias, even though we're like the same age. But I'm just saying, like, the reason I would give it to Usher on that one over Chris Brown is because he has more like nostalgia factors in play for his own.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't think I agree with any of your musical opinions. I don't think I agree with any of your musical opinions.
You guys act like you're a musician of screw yes. Anyway, you guys' opinions are invalid. What the fuck you guys know? You make sure you like. Anyway, but no, me personally, I'm just saying it's my personal opinion. I think they're both amazing, but Beyonce has more like. Don't get me wrong. Like I loved her on like Destiny.
And hold on a second.
I'm taking Destiny's Child out as well.
No. I just realized something that you said. You said the only other person that you would probably put up there next to Michael Jackson is Chris Brown. That means that you said fuck Prince.
That's what I was just gonna say. Prince got to go on the list.
That means that you said fuck Bobby Brown.
Prince. I wasn't around for Prince like that. So
that means that you saying fuck Bobby Brown.
I wasn't around for Prince like that. That
means that you saying
like I know Purple Rain by Prince, and I was like.
The Temptations, the Isley Brothers, we talking about. Let's go to the white folks. Metallica.
They're good.
Leonard Skinner.
You have your traditional bands. You have the really good ones again. Like for instance,
Maroon 5. What's the other one?
For instance, I see. Again, all right. Let me preface by saying this. For instance, the Beatles. People love the Beatles. The Beatles were big. I'm not a big fan of their music. I think it's very slow, and I'm not a big fan. But people, you still acknowledge that they were really good and they were big in that time. I've listened to Yellow Submarine. That shit is not slap. Personally. I know I upset a lot of British people right there, but
you upset a lot of people when you talk in general.
I'm just saying, like the Beatles.
I feel like it's the same thing, though. How do you feel about the Beatles?
I love them.
Okay, you love the Beatles, but you're also you're more musical than me. So you
like I'm active. Like certain things, I have a playlist for my daughter on Spotify, and I just add shit that I think that she should absolutely know.
I listen to some of the stuff and I just think it was before me, so I don't have that nostalgia thing tied to it, and also I feel like it's too slow.
Like while my guitar gently weeps, it is slow, but
I also acknowledge that
this nigga like Ice Spice.
No,
this nigga want to hit.
I like Ice Spice.
This nigga want to hit. Damn, she in her mood.
Oh. I was about to say what?
What Drake say is better on mute.
That's disrespectful.
Is there a volume lower?
That's disrespectful. Ice Spice, we fuck with you.
Ice Spice, you can get on the channel, on the show, on podcast anytime.
You sit right next to me, but don't rap.
Damn. God damn.
I don't support this.
I'm sorry,
but no,
everybody
I don't support the whole Latin drill thing. It all sounds the exact same.
Can I get a shout out from the stand? Cause I feel like I'm getting ganged up on I need a third opinion versus the Chris Brown, Beyonce, Usher thing.
No.
She's definitely gonna go with Beyonce.
See, she agreed with me. We can move on now.
So I asked the question, dead or alive, so it could be two answers. Right, because we could be talking about. I gotta fill her in so she can grasp the scope. Don't be mad at me for baby and my baby. Uppercut you, nigga.
This nigga said he missed me like an hour ago. I'm glad you made it home safe.
I miss being mean to you.
See, there it is. The truth comes out.
Dead or alive, who are the best live musical performers? So it could be two answers. You could say somebody that's alive now and be like, but of all time might be somebody that's dead. You get what I'm saying?
We don't necessarily want your answers. We were just saying that's what was said. And then I said, dead would be dead and alive would be Michael Jackson. But then I said if he had anyone to compete with him alive, I would say maybe Chris Brown. They said Beyonce, and she's shaking her head yes for the folks who can't see that. She's like, absolutely. She's completely in agreement. Huh?
Beyonce is most definitely the best performer alive.
Why is that? Because she's a woman? That's sexist. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're saying.
Bro.
See, she couldn't give me a reason.
I can't give you a reason.
See?
It's like everyone
that's biased then.
Like no on some genuine shit though.
Multiple reasons, but I'm just looking at how long this has been going.
She said, "I'm just here for tech support."
What I was trying to say was, I think that my reason for saying Beyonce is because, and honestly, I feel like you could argue up or down. You could argue either Mike or Beyonce up or down. My thing is,
I don't think Beyonce's beating Michael Jackson though.
you just haven't seen her recent shit then, because I'm just like this lady. Every time she is in front of people, it is an experience. I'm talking about consistently. It's like you don't see a Beyonce show that it was just like, Beyonce was there, or like, Beyonce performed with it. Every time she performs, it's fireworks. It's her swinging from some bullshit at 45 years old. It's her singing her fucking ass off. It's her dancing with. She had the Les twins with her, and I don't know if y'all know who they are, but they're like the really hype ass dancing motherfuckers. Yeah. But like,
they both look like you actually,
and yeah, they do. And it's like she always invites. I remember back, I forgot what year that was at Coachella.
Chris Brown invites people on stage too.
And humps them and throws their fucking phones.
Hey, and that's an experience.
That's a horrible experience.
You didn't say what kind of experience. You just said an experience.
Hey, but I forgot what band that
now
was.
Y'all being biased.
Chris Brown been over there dry humping his fans on the meet and
Hey,
greet.
that dude's smart. He making money.
Hey, you remember when y'all saw when he threw that girl phone because she wouldn't get off of it? He was happily throwing that phone. And they said,
all I'm saying is,
what is wrong with this man?
Imagine paying $1,000 for a Chris Brown
and we were out
lose your phone, bro.
And we were out there in Vegas when his entourage got to fight with Usher, gave Usher a blitz. That's how you know that nigga.
Whoa, Chris Brown fought Usher?
His entourage beat up Usher.
I heard that was a lie.
I didn't hear about that. Also,
you heard there was a lie?
Yeah.
Maybe it was AI.
Also, what in the world where the hell was Usher's entourage? What is his bodyguard?
Apparently it was it might have been Chris Brown's own birthday.
They said it was a party that Usher threw for Chris Brown.
Yeah, some shit like that.
That was the rumor. And then they said Chris Brown, I guess, got into it with somebody. And
Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, and because she apparently don't fuck with him, but she was there at the party.
Is this new?
This just happened while I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just feel like sometimes they put these stories out to just distract us.
Yeah, like the Jamie Foxx one.
Making money.
You think that's a distraction?
Well, they're not saying what exactly happened to him, so I feel like that's, I don't know what. If it was like he had like a heart problem, or they were like, he had like a car accident, but you can't just go to the hospital for 2 weeks and niggas are like, and people in the acting community are still like, we don't know what's wrong with him.
The doctors
and
might
no one
not
say
know.
nothing.
The doctors might not know.
I be feeling like with as much money as they got, if you got a problem that they can't fix, it's most definitely a situation. Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, but it's
because and a lot of people be coming up with these conspiracy theories, but if you just sit and look, like which one? The nigga that made Windows is the one that died, right? Not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the one that died. Okay, Steve Jobs is dead, right? Ain't he? Let me.
Yeah,
that's Apple.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is Microsoft.
Bill Gates is alive. Steve Jobs is dead.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs is dead.
Yeah.
Well,
so if there's anybody,
I love how he's saying it like it's new. Steve Jobs is dead. I don't know if y'all knew. Spoiler alert. Listen here. If Steve Jobs is your hero, you're shit out of luck because he's dead.
Like no, this is all I'm saying.
Hey, say it one more time. Say
Steve Jobs is dead. So like,
hey, cut that and make that the intro to the episode.
No, dude. All I'm saying.
He done said it like
breaking news.
Hey, Internet Explorer just loaded up. Steve Jobs is dead.
So Steve Jobs is dead. So this nigga.
Bro, I can listen to you say that for an hour straight. That's how he says it. He emphasizes so clearly.
Dead.
Like he's happy. Like he's happy this nigga ain't around. Like, you talk like that nigga owed you money. Hey, you got an iPhone, don't you? You gotta get that back. You gotta give your iPhone back, yo. You don't deserve that iPhone.
Steve Jobs owe all of us some money for all these same iPhones he's been making since the 6.
Oh shit, man, y'all are funny.
Yo, he said.
No, all I'm trying to say is that if there's anybody that should be alive that isn't, it's Steve Jobs. If you talking about somebody that has the money and resources, like if there was a conspiracy theory to keep motherfuckers alive,
right? Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
What he died from?
Cancer or some shit? It was some bullshit.
I don't remember what it was. I know he was like pretty young. He was only like 50.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If there's anybody that should be alive that isn't,
he probably
because of money. You feel what I'm saying?
True. That was wild. Yeah.
Like
I saw the documentary on him.
More so than Michael Jackson. like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga.
Well, Jackson, his thing was because like they said his like doctor prescribed him some bad shit and it was like overdose and all that. Yeah. So I mean he could have kept living for that, but
you know motherfuckers be having conspiracy theories like.
But the doctor
shit.
went to jail for that. Didn't
yeah, I think so.
That must suck. Really.
That is not a fact. We do not know that right now. We're gonna
look it up.
Steve Jobs is dead.
I told you, man. The way he says it, that should just be a soundbite right there. So.
Oh shit! What the fuck else do we got going on here, bro? Yeah, because I don't think that. I don't think no conspiracy theory is going on and some shit. Folks trying to tie P. Diddy to the shit, to the Jamie Foxx shit. I don't. So this is the reason why I don't. So let me hit people to some shit. There are two things. You gotta sit up. You know when I sit up, it's some real nigga shit finna happen.
Right.
There he go being humble again.
You got this thing called pareidolia and apophenia. Apophenia is our tendency to try to link things together where there's no actual pattern. It's like when we look at like a rug or an indention in a surface for too long, it's just like, oh, there goes a face. Like apophenia can turn into pareidolia. Pareidolia is when you find faces and shit that ain't really a face. It just looks like a face because we know what a face looks like, but it doesn't have any intrinsic meaning. It doesn't mean that there was a face purposely put here for you to view and all of this other shit. I feel like we look so deep into so much bullshit because of our tendency and our propensity to try to tie some shit together because of our apophonetic, if that's even a word, neurological abilities. We want so badly for things to have a cause when sometimes it's just, and we try so desperately to try to tie coincidences together. Like, I don't know. I'm very skeptical when it comes to shit like that because if something happens enough times, it's going to look weird, right? Like if you were woo-wah enough, you could say, oh, that raindrop fell directly into my eye on purpose. In reality, that raindrop fell from however the fuck high and just so happened to hit your eye. Well, that's all I'm saying is just like we try to tie shit together because if it rains long enough, some shit gonna get in your eye.
True. And while I agree with that, everything you said, there is always where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's like
sometimes it's just grease.
There's this nigga. I'm gonna head out, y'all. It's fun about me. But no, like, all right, so for those who don't know,
this nigga's about to get sacrificed.
For those who don't, please no.
This podcast,
I got a commercial coming out. Niggas gotta see my feet.
This podcast cannot protect you from whoever you about to talk.
But no, for instance, for those who don't know, the whole thing with Jamie Foxx, he's really good friends with Diddy. They're saying that Diddy might have done it for whatever reason. I'm not saying Diddy did do it. These are just speculation. These are not facts. But
speculation podcast.
The evidence lining up don't really look good for this nigga. All I'm saying is they're like, he got hurt. They were really good friends. He's the only actor right now or musician or famous person that's really not sending, hey, what's up with you? So that people are looking at him for that. Also, like, he had multiple people that were in his corner, like his ex, I want to say, I don't know if his girlfriend or wife, and like some managers and some other people that were like literally out of his life that were going to write tell-all books about things he did. And then they all died. Mm-hmm. Not once. Like LeBron said, not one, not two, not three. Like multiple people died on this nigga's like right afterwards. They were like, if you was like, all I'm saying is if you was like, hey man, I'm going to write a book about you and all the shit you did. And then I turn up missing, you better look into it. And if that happened 2 more times, nigga, like, you might not make the book.
I guess.
Yeah. So
I guess my thing is this: even if that is true, I've just been seeing these ugly ass, stupid ass, like don't know nothing ass folks on Facebook say that he's getting sacrificed. And then I think
that's just people just saying.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I'm on the woo-wah aspect of it so hard.
And also, let's not forget about the whole Diddy thing with them talking about is he the one who did the thing hit on Tupac and all those. So he's just got a crazy long track record of just all this shit. People are like, are we just letting that? But again, there's no proof there. It's just speculation. People could just be doing it maybe because his name's in it. It's just to the point where it's like, if you looked into it, it's like at some point you're like, nah, that's a lot of coincidences. Like, because causation doesn't necessarily mean correlation, which you're absolutely
Then
right.
how come he ain't killed that? How come he ain't killed that bitch for saying that? Then wasn't it somebody that said that she be eating his ass or something?
I don't know.
He's probably not denying.
I haven't heard about that.
That
But
obviously that's not like a killable offense, I don't think. But like
mean-
some niggas probably would do that.
I haven't even heard that. I don't know about that.
Let me see.
But
I'm probably gonna go missing for searching this.
So, I feel like one thing that I find interesting is that, and this is just me personally, like the people that I'm closest to are usually the people that I talk to the least.
why do you think that is?
Well, I know for me, I can't think of the phrase that I used to say, but for me, it's just, I'm definitely an introvert. So overexposure to people, like just for no reason, is stressful to me. Like it annoys me to constantly be, what's up, bro? How you doing? You good? Everything good? Like me and my homies, like we talk probably like, I'm not gonna say once a month, because it can be more frequent, and it can go like I've gone 6 months without talking to my absolute best friend in the world, like my best man. I've gone months without talking to him, while there were like people that he was kicking it with like every day. You know what I'm saying? And one is because I don't want to say it's because I'm busy, but it's like I be kind of focused on my shit. And now, especially now I have a family, it's like anytime that I have, that spare, they kind of feel like it's, like I had to go home today because my daughter gets pissed when I'm not there for bedtime. And last week when we were here, she FaceTimed me, and I'm like, oh, I'm still on the podcast. She was like, well, I'll sit here.
Oh,
So she just sat here on FaceTime while we finished the podcast and waited for me to drive home and do bedtime. But I say all that to say, like, if somebody that I cared about was sick, I probably would be the last person to text them and check.
okay. So you're looking at it from the other side about.
Yeah, like I would either like pull up or, and me and my guys, we have a thing where it's like kind of like no news is good news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they know that if they don't hear from me from a couple of months, it's because I probably been doing stuff every day.
Yeah.
And the same thing with them. I know what they got going on, and I know generally what's up. But I don't we don't have those like regular check-ins. And there are people that I am, and I probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm not as close to, that I'd be more like, hey man, how's it going? Like kind of, like,
Yeah.
I
see what you're saying.
Weird.
No, I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's some real shit.
I'm a little interested in how that dynamic works of the no news is good news, because then it's like a complete backfire and be like, oh man, how's Johnny doing? Like, oh, you didn't hear? Johnny died 2 years ago. I was like, damn, I thought
Steve Jobs is
we're so tight.
Like I thought that Steve Jobs is dead.
But like we're so tight though. Like if something happened to them, either one of their girlfriends or their moms or parents will like instantly call me. They probably call me first.
Yeah,
well,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so it's just like we don't be worried.
That makes sense. I was making a joke in the sense of like you haven't heard from him, so I was like, damn, I ain't hear from that nigga. I thought it was because he was doing good, not because he's gone. Like so.
That happened to me one time though.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Not with a close friend, but it was like a dude that I don't know if I could say he was. I don't know when I want to say that, but it was somebody that I had business dealings with.
Yeah.
And I just one day I stopped hearing from him, and then I hit him up a couple times. He didn't hit me back, and then on Facebook I seen somebody like R&P my dog, and then I seen his picture and I was like, oh shit,
Damn,
Dang, that
definitely
shit's
got shot.
crazy.
that's wild.
That shit's crazy.
I was like, whoops.
That shit's crazy. Let me knock off some of these things on.
Oh wait, before you do that, I'm sorry. There was another thing I was gonna say too.
Talk to me.
I think, and this is definitely speculation, this is just my conspiracy theory. I think that in Hollywood, it's either A, all of this shit is actually as weird as they make it seem, or B, the script writers have gotten bored with movies and just started writing scripts for like everyday life, for us to just sit around and watch The Shade Room and watch all types of shit just to Like they probably just say that shit about Diddy. So he's like, hey, bro, tell him I killed that nigga. Just so they'll
If
talk
I
about
ever
me.
get that famous, I'll let you guys know.
But nah, like I heard
Well,
that
behind the
there
looking
is a
glass, behind the
crisis
curtain.
in Los Angeles because we drove out to LA on Tuesday of last week. We drove out to LA, and not that has anything to do with it. But while I was out there, I was just
He
listening.
just
to
wanted to
stuff
flex that he had the gas to do it.
The drive from Vegas. To
He's like, y'all know I'm over here driving to LA to Vegas in this recession, nigga. Y'all know I got it like that, nigga. Humble nigga, stay up on your shit, nigga. Like, nigga, hey, I went and got to put the premium on my tank just cuz, nigga.
You feel me?
Y'all niggas ain't what I'm on.
You feel me?
Hashtag humble game. Hashtag modest forever. Hashtag Jesus who. Hashtag I'm Himothy.
Yeah.
Hashtag
You know, we was cruising in the Ford Explorer. You feel me?
Facts.
Drove out to LA. Drove out to LA. But I started listening to stuff about LA because I'm a nerd. I like to just deep dive into shit. But they were talking about the writing crisis in LA.
Oh yeah, the writer strike.
Yeah, the writer strike.
Yeah, that's
and I didn't realize how integral writing was to the economic foundation of Los Angeles.
So Los Angeles is this again where my area of expertise comes in.
It's very dirty out there. You need to clean it up.
Facts.
Look at that. Hollywood's fucking dirty, dude.
Fuck y'all. Anyway, it is very dirty. But no, so the writer strike that's been going on, basically, it's hitting one of those major cities. So places like LA and obviously Atlanta's the other areas for all the writing. So they're not coming out. Basically, they're not coming out with any new scripts. They're not coming out with any new shows and TVs. Only putting things that are on production right now. So it's actually, I don't know like how long into, because I mean I'm still getting tons of auditions and things like that in. So you're looking at it, you're like, dang. But as far as like other roles and certain things like that, but yeah, no, it's really interesting because it's you don't think about it.
Explain to are you able to articulate exactly why they're going on strike?
I am not.
Okay, so essentially this is what's going on. Writers are not getting paid the same as they used to.
Yes.
Because what happens is they would sell their script or whatever to whoever, or if they're a part of whatever company, they make this deal with this network that says, hey, we're going to stream this thing, and every time you stream it, you let us know, and we get a cut of every time you stream it. Well, now because of the way that streaming platforms work, like Netflix, Hulu, and all of these other things, people, they aren't getting reported how often they're getting streamed. And so it's some weird mess like that. So essentially they're losing out on money and not getting paid what they used to because of the way that streaming works today. And not only that, but there's been this other thing where AI strikes are fucking again, where AI can now write these amazing scripts.
Goddamn Allen Iverson.
Yeah, goddamn Allen Iverson going fucking crazy. The fucking answer. It wasn't enough to cross up him, Michael Jordan. Now you want to cross up the whole fucking
the whole film actors guild.
Right, you feel me? Going crazy. Hall of Fame, this guy. But yeah, now AI.
Steve Jobs is dead. I feel like we're forgetting that right now. Like, why are we overlooking that fact? That's the real reason the writer strike's happening. That's all I want to say.
Hey,
continue.
Oh man, it's hard to be serious on this motherfucker. But now AI are writing these scripts and shit, and so they're like, okay, but are you going? It was something was said along the lines of, and I can't quote it, but it was along the lines of, okay, AI is doing this, but are we still going to get paid to come in to do whatever? And they were just like, no. So it's a lot of people not getting paid for their talents and shit like that. And it's affecting a whole lot of other communities in Los Angeles. That's what I meant when I said I didn't realize how integral the writing community was to the economic structure.
I know, man. Niggas be
of Los
writing
Angeles.
shit terrible, putting people behind walls and shit, only seeing their legs for stuff.
Yeah, because
Take
with
that.
it starts with writing and then it goes into acting and film and music.
And it trickles down.
It trickles down. It trickles down tragically, and then it's not even just writers for that, but like, it's just a lot of stuff that affects the money that the city of Los Angeles makes on tourism, right, is affected because, you know, it's supposed to be this place with these a lot of
Atlanta too.
Like every time there's a big movie or every time there's this, that, people come to Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying, to maybe view a movie or to do whatever. It's just like in that area, so you got small scale tourism on a micro level and then large scale tourism on a macro level. So you got to think about how many people from Las Vegas, Reno, Nevada, San Francisco, what's the one right beside San Francisco? San Diego. How many people from all of these places, and even Phoenix, Arizona, how many people in that vicinity travel to LA? You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, it's because you got to think about it the way that we think about Atlanta. Then you got to think about on the macro level, how many people are just going to go to LA on a macro level, like what I did, you know, traveled all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. And so you have people that go to LA for all sorts of different things, the same way that we would go to Atlanta for to premiere some Tyler Perry shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it affects a lot of shit.
I just put him for a Tyler Perry movie.
Hell yeah. You saw how I just gave up.
I saw the defeat. Yeah, he was like, you know what? Yep.
I thought it was relevant.
Great.
That shit fire.
Fucking haters over here. Man.
Ain't nobody no hater, nigga. I just appreciated the fact that you my homie.
You had to like bite your tongue for talking shit. He was like, you know, all right, you got it. That's literally what he did.
Yeah. Oh shit. Let me get through some of this shit real fast. I've been wanting to talk about this King Von documentary so bad, but I just see that I'm never gonna get to it, and it's like maybe I don't need to put that negativity.
Wait, did we not talk about that?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, because we talked about how. Well, I remember I had said that I didn't like that.
Damn, now I gotta insert the clip of you saying whatever you said right here.
Well, he was like
in black and white to show that it happened in the past.
Like we was talking about how I didn't like that a white guy was doing it.
Oh yeah. We did talk about that.
You said Tory Lanez was denied trial.
Yeah, Tory Lanez was denied a new trial and faces up to 22 years in prison.
That's crazy. That's way too much for what happened. Like I
is it though? I mean, you shot at somebody.
You shot. First of all, he shot at the foot. And I don't know the whole story, but they were basically saying like they were struggling for the gun, and he was trying to take it out of her hand, and then it went off. But still, though, if you shoot, I
thought somebody said that he told her to dance and then shot.
No, that's what a lot of people like to say because they like to twist shit. But no, it was basically something about like them being drunk, and she like basically were trying to get it out of her hand and stuff, and she shot herself with it, or like it went off.
But wasn't he the one that kept pressing the issue or some shit? Because she was trying to lie for the nigga.
I wasn't there. I don't know. It's probably because he was like 4'11". Who knows why the reason they got an argument. But all I'm saying is that you aimed at someone's foot. It was below the waist. It's not a kill shot. And all I'm saying is I know people
go to jail for way shorter periods of time for worse
exactly.
things.
And that the crime doesn't
now to be fair, he's not probably going to serve the full 22 years.
I just hate the inconsistency of stuff like that. Like you could see someone literally got shot dead in their house with like in the face or something like that, and they'll be like, all right, 2 weeks probation and no more drinking now, Nancy. Okay, like, you know, it's like last time you got a little tipsy, you shot 3 people. Like you know, it's just I hate the inconsistency of it. It's like you shot him in the foot. Yes, he should serve time. It should be something like that. But it's like, I mean, like, did he have like could he legally own a firearm?
I don't know.
Things like that need to be like looked at more. And I just feel like I don't like how it's.
Y'all saw his little big sister talking about I'm tired of Rock Nation.
My brother.
I heard that. That's funny.
Let me get out there.
All the Canada came out of them.
Yeah, let me get out there.
I forgot he's Canadian.
Yeah.
You forget people are from Canada until they
ain't like 21 shit. Savage like
no,
British.
He's British. Yeah, he's British.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
When 21 Savage comes, he's probably like, I'm arriving. British people.
Fred said he's had enough.
I didn't hear that.
All right.
It was a joke because he's clearly doesn't have the British accent.
Let me get past some of this
But
shit.
now you're gonna think about
How
it.
are you an actor? You can't do a British accent.
I can't do a British accent. I'm sorry.
It's tragic.
First off, I haven't had no British roles. Okay.
Well, maybe it's because you can't do a British accent.
You know what?
Hey, roast that nigga up, Cordel.
You know what? No. You know what? That tracks. He makes some very valid points right now. I cannot do a British accent. It's probably why they haven't sought me out for it.
To do a British accent, you gotta your consonants gotta come off your breath. Like a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I swear I thought he said continents.
Consonants.
I was just gonna see if we were all gonna do our best British accent.
Consonants.
I tried, was roasted for it. So
I was gonna do like 1, 2. No, I can't do a British accent either.
Yeah, you're the one who likes the Beatles. Go.
Oh no, I like their singing. You know?
That's fair.
I like to sing it a little bit.
All right, what are the other things you said we need to?
Gang over love. So Chief Keef fan collects his a Chief Keef fan. I saw the video to this bullshit. Collect his used cups out of the dumpster. That has absolutely nothing to do with nothing. I just thought that
Chief Keef hasn't been relevant. And don't get me wrong, I say that with no hate to Chief Keef, but I'm saying like he's been out of the game. He's like literally a farmer now. Like he owns a farm and he's like very happy and he does things like that. But he's like irrelevant now. I think so. I'm like, where is he at partying now? Because I've seen some things with Chief Keef. Like he went full on vegan. Like he like.
No, I think that's the thing though. Like we talk about sycophantic behavior and like how people just see somebody famous and it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna dig in the trash to get.
I say that in the terms of like I've seen updates on Chief Keef and what he's doing now and things like that. And at no point is he sipping lean anymore near a club. So I'm just wondering.
He told y'all these bitches love Sosa.
I'm just but I was gonna say like I don't know where they found him drinking cups and stuff because he lives literally on a farm. Like
I just feel like to say that Chief Keef is not relevant is crazy.
He's not really relevant anymore.
I guess I think what he's trying to say.
To the club recently?
I think what he's trying to say is
niggas still go crazy to Finito.
Yeah, but he's not in the spotlight.
I think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying like he's not coming out with anything new and he's just
Chief
like
Keef, he's on his own thing. He's like one of those actors retire and they don't hear about him anymore and they're like, oh, I'm just doing my own thing. Like, you know, but it's like
people still turn up to
I'm just curious of why that's so prevalent of like first off why he saw Chief Keef to take his cups because like, you know, it's like who are you selling these to? Like
sycophantic behavior, bro. Like he saw him throw them in the garbage. He reached into the garbage and he jumped into it was like the kind that you have at like apartment complexes type shit where he was able to jump in. He was looking around and he showed the video and he got the cups and he was just like, oh man.
That's wild.
I just wonder, like I personally just feel like people just do stuff to go viral.
Yeah, and it worked, unfortunately.
Just so that we can just talk about, cause right, some solo cups.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Now we're sitting here talking about cups and shit. I mean, wow, this.
All right, so let's not waste any more time on that bullshit. Trump found liable for sexually assaulting and defaming E Jean Carroll. E Jean Carroll. He's been ordered to pay $5 million in the deposition. In the deposition for that trial, they sat that man down and and revisited what he said in 2016 or 17 about grabbing women by the pussy. This man doubled down on the statement. This man doubled down. He said, yeah, and back then that's all you had to do. Face ass.
Damn. He's definitely trying to win the next election.
Like, how mad can you be at somebody like that, bro? They cannot lie. Like, he cannot.
Like, hey, bro, he's a bro. Let me see if I can find this shit.
Is that the only occasion when you took a woman shopping?
I think so. You cannot bring
and you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true.
This thing is nuts. This thing is nuts.
The last million years.
He said it's as true as the stars.
He said the famous dinosaurs was out here grabbing the other dinosaurs by their dinosaur pussies.
That shit crazy. That shit crazy.
Bruh.
Son is tough. TUFF.
And he's calm as fuck.
He's
well,
yeah.
Historically.
If you look, he said, if you look over the last million years or so, like he's done a thorough case study on the last million years.
Jesus was out here grabbing.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta see.
Because everyone was doing it.
It's, if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
What the fuck is he saying?
Unfortunately or fortunately.
This nigga just saying. This dude literally. I know y'all can't see the video. You gonna have to put it.
No, I'm gonna put the video up, bro.
This man literally just said it's true or maybe not true, but fortunately or unfortunately, and it's it's been over the last million years, or has it? Or but not always, but most of the time, but largely true, but also absent. Like. This is
like a summary of his whole presidency.
Nigga's a walking contradiction.
Hey, hold on. Y'all gonna get on Big Daddy T. Y'all get on Big Daddy T. Let him spit. Let him cook.
You consider yourself to be a star.
I think you can say that, yeah.
And now you said before, a couple of minutes ago, that this was just locker room talk.
It's locker room talk.
And so does that mean that you didn't really mean it?
No, it's locker room talk. I don't know. It's just the way people talk.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with a woman by the name of Natasha?
This man has to be the greatest. Fuck what we were talking about the best live performers. This nigga is it. This nigga's killing Mike. This nigga's killing Beyonce. This man
one dance step
ain't hitting out one dance step. This nigga said if you look over the last million years, then that nigga's tough.
How do you argue that?
You don't argue it. It's idiotic. I can't even think of the word for it.
I don't know.
What else the fuck we got?
Thinking of that one movie,
Tucker Carlson. A lot of people don't even know who the fuck he is. The news anchor that got fired from Fox. You know, Fox News, they lost that. They had to pay that defamation shit to Dominion voting machines and shit like that. And so to prove a point, more or less, they fired Tucker Carlson. He said he was going to start his own show on Twitter. This is how crazy these motherfuckers be. They just be saying shit. He said, yeah, I'm going to start my own show on Twitter. Elon Musk came out and said, no deal has ever been made. Nigga said, no deal has been made about this shit. This nigga just talking shit.
Which is really some asshole shit, because he never said that we made a deal and it's in the works. He said, I want to start. We sit around and talk about the shit that we want to do all day long.
Yeah.
And my nigga was just like, nah, fuck you. Don't.
And then Tidal, a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's a Twitter competitor website.
Tidal is?
Tidal. Yeah.
Like Jay-Z's Tidal?
Maybe.
TIDAL?
Yeah.
It's a Twitter competitor?
Well, that's what it said on the thing.
I thought it was a music streaming platform.
In any event, Tucker Carlson has been indefinitely banned from the shit.
Oh.
It's Jay-Z. Like, he's not gonna let you get off that. He's not gonna let you get that shit off. No.
There's a lot to talk about that we could talk about, like the Jordan Neely killing. Y'all heard about that?
No, I'm more
I
interested.
don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I'm more interested in this post-US dollar world you're talking about.
I actually would like to invite a guest on to talk about that. I have it's actually been on the itinerary for a couple of weeks now. I actually have somebody that I would actually like to invite on to talk about that, so that it's in depth and entertaining. Because if I do it, it's going to be choppy, and I don't want it to be choppy.
That's the first time I've heard him not compliment himself for that. On some real shit.
It's the first time.
I was surprised it didn't more go like this. Listen, I want to invite a real guest on, because if I do it, it's going to be too perfect, and people are going to understand too much. So I need to invite a professional to kind of dumb down and
water it down just a little.
Yeah, just water down it.
That's not how I would do it. That's not how I would do it. If I was really being me in that moment, which I wasn't. If I was if I was really being me, I'd be on some shit like I could do it, and and I could do it perfectly fine, but I do everything else, so I'm just going to let somebody else do this one thing.
That sounds
more
right.
accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do me. Don't try to do me.
Bro, I'm sorry. Does that say Doja Cat was named Songwriter of the Year?
Yes, man. Yes, that's exactly what that says down here in music. Named
Songwriter
of the Year. And what you said? What songs does she have?
Yeah.
Of the year?
Doja Cat actually has a lot of
wait,
songs
of the year? This year though? Doja Cat.
BMI Pop Awards. Let's look at it.
Wait, this year though, like when she came out with
Doja Cat named Songwriter of the Year at 2023 BMI Pop Awards.
ain't no way.
These were the Pop Awards though.
Oh, specifically just for pop.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what
Doja Cat. What song she has?
I know what song she has. I know she has popular song, but I don't remember her doing anything big this year.
Oh,
I don't remember any like crazy spot, like crazy
They
playlist of
wouldn't
this
do
year.
it for this year though. It would be for last year.
No, wouldn't it be for this year? Oh well.
Well, no,
No,
it would
this
probably.
year's
It would,
not
I guess.
yeah, it
yeah.
would be for 2022. I guess what you did in 2022 going into
Was
2023.
2022 the year she had that one with like the baby and stuff? I'm trying to remember because that's when she had like a bunch of like 3-4 songs that were like all on the
I don't know.
on the radio and stuff.
Doja Cat song.
You just don't know that it's her.
It's the Say So song, right? I know that's her.
Say so.
Something
Like,
say so.
Oh, wait, maybe I'm thinking of Dua Lipa.
Maybe. Yeah, you're thinking about
Dua
Dua
Lipa
Lipa.
is fire.
Dua Lipa.
Kiss
also
me,
corny.
kiss me more. Baby, kiss me more. Does I like the way you move?
See, I'm trying to figure out like, man, how is she
Man,
songwriting?
y'all are tripping, man. I gotta play some Doja Cat.
First of all, I
Doja
saw that internet where she was a cat. I mean, the interview where she was a cat.
Yeah, let's like
That was weird.
Y'all should have canceled her for that.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. That was early on her thing. That was really weird.
I thought that was recent.
No, that first thing when she was a cat, I think that was like when she was like kind of starting out.
Oh,
you know that song
I could be wrong though.
that you hear in a lot of places. Here, this song. Let me see. Let me
Are
just
we allowed to play this?
I don't own the rights to any of this. Shit.
oh, this
Please support the
is
official
this the
release.
Silhouette Challenge,
Yeah.
and that's her song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize the beat.
I recognize the silhouettes.
Yeah. And I think that I can play that little bit or whatever the fuck. But yeah, that. Yeah.
Blocked.
Yeah. Let me see what else. Lionel Richie debunks plastic surgery rumors, credits water, sleep, and sex. That's why I be mad at folks to be like, yeah, man, let's do this no fap thing where we don't nut. Like, bro, like nut. It makes your skin glow. Like,
I thought no fapping was like no masturbating. Though.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's referring to like No Nut November, I think.
no, but like, they'd be like, no, I'm sorry, semen retention.
Were you not making a reference to like No Nut November?
No, I was making a reference to semen retention.
I don't think there's many guys out there just not masturbating.
But it's a lot.
don't think
Not
that's a
not a
thing.
lot, but I've heard a lot of people, especially that I be cracking on the red pill community and shit like that. And they might come at me for this because I don't think that it's a big thing in the red pill community, but it's a thing of like you gotta try and work so hard to be disciplined, and one of the ways to do that is by retaining your semen. I'm like, man, look, just shut the fuck up and nut. Life ain't long enough. You gonna do your semen retention shit and fuck around and die. 4
Full
months
of
in,
semen.
4 months in, full of nut. Like, if I die,
Not all of
I
us.
want this shit to be empty.
Not all of us are married with wives that you can just go home to all the time.
You can still nut.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
But they do say that masturbation like kills your drive, and like your
Kill it.
Like,
God damn, man. That's why Steve Jobs died.
This nigga's the lonely.
We gonna get it. We gonna get
Kill
a
it.
note in the mail. We gonna be like,
like, do not say his name again.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to like
they gonna take all our
monitor,
alcohol.
like take out some of the times we've said this shit because this shit is probably going to be demonetized on YouTube, especially YouTube.
Oh yeah, when's there gonna be posts, man? I have people asking about the sites and stuff, so I give.
It
them
was
to the
supposed to. It was me and you both just got back from vacation, so I ain't had time to do shit. That's why I was editing up on the one that we did. But I'll talk about that shit in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish up this podcast. This has been a very entertaining, funny podcast. I appreciate you guys coming out. Let's see
Appreciate
what
you
we got
having me,
going
man.
on. I got some business shit right here. Yeah. I'm just gonna post some of this shit up in the description. Some of this is just stuff that I wanted to help viewership. So like 50 legal ways to make up to an extra $500 a week with like money and shit. I got that.
It's just OnlyFans 5 times.
I'm
I'm gonna give y'all 5 new ways to make money. 1, OnlyFans.
7 money
2.
skills I wish I had known by 30. I mean, this is just stuff that I saw online and I was just like, oh, this if people might be interested in. So I wanted to leave resources up and shit like that. I'm not going to go over it on the podcast though because it's already been a long time. I want to hit these sports real quick. Dylan Brooks has a diss track.
I saw that. Who made that?
I don't know who made it.
That shit was hilarious.
That shit was hilarious.
That shit was so
Hold
funny.
on, bro. I gotta play this shit, bro.
Oh. Shit was hard too. That's what makes it worse. That shit was hard. Actually, I've seen the actual video where they have like him like flopping and
and
they have it all together
and getting his
like,
shit
like the
beat.
music video. It's He said he was talking shit to Draymond. There was one where Draymond's got like the ball on his face and he's like mushing him and he's just like taking it. Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
It's taking it.
You know
who made the diss track?
I don't know, and we can look into that. I actually feel bad for bruh.
That nigga make like he said he make 12 million a year. I wouldn't feel bad for him.
No. I mean socially. I don't feel bad for him. Like I don't feel pity for him. I just feel bad that like okay, yeah, you got all that money.
I don't.
But like now you so exposed, bro. Like I don't even think it was his fault. It was the way he was raised.
He calls them out. He called.
Yeah. I'm saying when I say it's not his fault, what I'm saying is like I feel like Dylan Brooks. Just I don't know his background. I could be very wrong about what I'm saying. This is just me pontificating, me trying to show an ounce of sympathy towards the brother. Like you, all right. So it's hard for me to just be like, God damn. How did you grow up the way you thought that you could just talk shit to motherfuckers? You ain't got no respect for motherfuckers. Your game don't back up the shit that you talking. But you still have the gall to talk shit. You gotta have gotten that from somewhere else.
I have questions though.
Go ahead.
Because I don't follow basketball like closely. I know that he said some shit about LeBron. He
said LeBron was old and he said that he was going to poke the bear and he said he don't respect you until you put up 40 on him.
Okay, and I as like from a competitor standpoint, like what's wrong with that?
It's not. That's why I said I don't even know why this is a topic. That's why I don't feel bad.
But I think that
he talked shit. He got called out. It blew up in his face. End of story.
That's not like I don't think that's fair because you talk shit about LeBron, you get kicked out.
No, I think that what they're saying is
they're making fun of him.
They're making fun of him, and it's because he talked shit without having the game to back it.
Yeah.
If Ja Morant would have been saying all of that shit, it'd been like, okay, shut the fuck up.
Dylan
but
Brooks
okay,
is a very role player at best, and he's not a very good shooter. He's not a very good. He's the good defender.
How long you been in the league?
About 5 years or 6 years.
Maybe
like something like that.
Maybe that. I don't.
It's only about 5 or 6 years.
Hold on. Let me clarify that.
It could be 8.
No. Definitely not 8. How long?
It's like 5 or 6 though.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like as a team, you would want like was he supposed to be like, man, yeah, LeBron?
No, that's why I said I don't.
2017. He came in the league in 2017.
Yeah, so like 6 years. Yeah, that's why I said personally, like I don't think it's a big deal. Like he basically talked shit. He was trying to hype his team up. It blew up in his face, and a story. Juan just got that big old sensitive side and shit.
No. Because after that, the Grizzlies said that they weren't going to re-sign him.
They're not going to
under any circumstances.
They're not going to re-sign him because he played like trash. And they realize,
but there's never been a time where you've heard a team, an organization come out and say, under any circumstances, you're not coming back.
Yeah,
like they came out and they blasted son.
Like that's for them, all like for Memphis
kind of fucked up, but,
basically stand behind LeBron. Like what kind of polarizing?
They weren't really standing behind LeBron. I just think it's more of like all right, so he said it. And they basically were saying like how bad he is. So I think it's more of like it is a cause and effect. So
So
basically,
it's like correlation is not causation.
yeah,
And then
but-
not only
no,
that,
this one
I
definitely
think that
is,
this,
though.
I think
one
that
definitely is. Though.
I think that another
So-
part of it is that the game that they lost, which was the game that they got put out of the playoffs.
Mhm.
Not only like so LeBron didn't drop 40 on him, but they won by 40.
So what I think it is, again, my speculation, but it's like an educated guess. The reason they did that is because they were the second seed. They had a really good chance of winning, even with their injured players and stuff like that. But they called them out, and it gave you added fuel to the fire. So now the fans are like, well, Dylan Brooks caused us to like lose, and it was his fault because he poked the bear, yada yada. So now the front office is taking heat because they're like, oh well, you kind of cost us the game. Our fans are mad at us. If we get rid of you, that's less backlash we got to deal with. So I think it's a culmination of the.
And to be fair, he
him-
is the most disposable player.
Yeah. So it was like a perfect storm of them basically being like, hey, you played bad. That people are like saying this stuff about you, that you cost them the stuff because they're angry fans. Angry fans, they can love you 1 minute, the next minute they'll be like, oh, I hate that. And the Lakers, people are like, we love the Lakers, and then like as soon as AD plays, they're like, fucking AD's a little bitch. And then
So
he
like,
plays
what's
again.
a
So it's
basketball
probably
team
that.
that you kind of know or knew like the starting five, like a historic dynastic team, like whether it be like the Celtics or the Heat or like the Bulls or something.
I could never tell you the starting five. Of
It
any
really,
basketball team.
So-
really doesn't matter to need to know that. Just know that
Okay.
he kind of called out, and the league, the front office, they saw a scapegoat and they used
Yeah.
him as scapegoat because the fans were mad, and they basically were like, it is kind of fucked up. They basically were like, hey, under no circumstance we're not bringing you back because it made it look bad. But nigga, you making millions over the year and you gonna get signed somewhere. He's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. The Warriors forced the game 6. That was cool.
I actually hated that. I was upset.
Yeah, it was interesting
I
because
wanted-
they were talking about
I wanted the
how
Lakers to win, and they hit Anthony Davis in the head
yeah.
and almost gave my man a concussion, even though
Anthony Davis is just always getting fucked up. What I was saying was that it was some people were talking about how Steph Curry is now in the same position that LeBron was when he came back on them.
I'm worried.
being down 3-1.
I'm worried, man, because if they don't win next game now. They ain't gonna.
It's
win
it's not gonna look good,
It's not gonna look good,
and it's gonna make Steph Curry look so good.
it's gonna be bad. It's
Yeah.
gonna be. It's probably the one thing that could honestly probably really hurt LeBron if they were like, because
I don't know, man.
No,
I
if
don't-
you
I don't-
no,
I
because
don't
if you
think
just
so.
lost to him, that's one thing. But if you let him come back 3-1 and do what he did to you, off that
That is some revenge
that's a
worthy shit.
whole, because there already is this whole thing that we're like, oh, Steph owns LeBron like in the series because LeBron's only won one of them, so it's gonna look really bad.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Also, since we're speaking of the game, the Celtics also just tied it up to force
They
Game
did.
7 for the Philly. That's gonna be a
They
crazy
did.
game.
Also, Sam, if you're watching this, I lied to you. I told you that the Celtics got put out. I meant the Bucks. Me and Sam, Asian Sam,
Oh, yeah,
Car
yeah.
Wash Sam, were talking about.
The Bucks lost a while ago.
Yeah. He had said something about the Celtics, and I was just like, the Celtics got put out. But I was thinking about the Bucks because they both green.
That's
That's
about
all.
as far as his basketball knowledge goes.
That's just not true. That's
Those
just
teams.
they're
Both green.
That's
bro.
that's just not true. In my mind, he said Celtics, and I was so ready to like shit on him. That's all it was. It was just like my eagerness to like be
You just
better
found
than
a reason.
Yeah.
He believes you.
yeah. He was just like, oh dang, I'm so behind on my basketball knowledge. But yo, but yeah, man, I think that's gonna do it. It's some other shit that's happening in sports, but like I said, it's been a long podcast. It's been a good podcast. I appreciate you guys for coming. Fred in the building, got my man Cordel back in the building. Appreciate you guys for coming. Appreciate my beautiful wife for assisting us on the tech end. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts, please feel free to reach out to us, and I will put the email up so that you can email us and let us know how much you don't like Cordell. All right. So
That's me.
before we get out of here, facts from all.
Ooh.
Baby, you can tune in too. You can chime in too. You ain't got no facts. You don't want to know. We don't want to know your facts. Okay.
You want to go first?
Nah, I feel like my fact is gonna be better than.
This cocky ass. nigga.
If I'm wrong, then I'll give myself the little facts box.
Fred.
I don't even have a fact.
Yes.
I'll look one up real quick.
Y'all do this. Y'all do this every time.
No, I can't prepare.
No, like every
1 week in a row.
it was 2 weeks.
Y'all
It was
do
2
that.
weeks. You
It
can't
was all the weeks that you weren't here.
Yeah, every time you weren't here, Fred came. Fred had facts and I didn't have facts. I'm trying to remember what fact I had. Oh, I know what it is now. Yeah. Go ahead.
He said my facts gonna be better than all y'all, man.
Oh, I found one.
There you go.
Where you wanna go? Okay.
There you go.
Since we were talking about Conrad Murray, it is a fact that he was in fact sentenced to 4 years in prison due to the involuntary manslaughter of Michael Jackson.
Damn.
Oh, he was. Okay, cool. I'm glad
That's-
you looked at that. Hey,
I mean, this nigga is
that's
happy.
a good callback. That's a good callback.
That is a good callback.
I am happy about it too.
That's tough. You want me to go? Yours is going to be so great.
No, it's not gonna be great.
Is it about pandas?
Huh? It's not. It's not about pandas, but it is about animal again.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Since you're so eager to go last,
I'll go. It's,
No,
it's really nothing crazy. It was just another animal one. I just was just fucking with you because you were like, "Oh, mine's gonna be so great." So I kinda,
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Since I was caught off guard. Yeah, tigers actually have striped skin, not striped fur. It's a pretty very basic fact, but
That shit fire.
there you go.
Tigers' legs are so strong that they've been reported to die.
Nigga,
standing
don't
up.
don't take my tiger facts.
I'm not taking your tiger facts. I'm just chiming in.
Don't
So if you
chime
shave
in.
a tiger, it's gonna be striped.
Yeah, it has striped skin.
That's wild.
Not
Will it
striped
also be orange skin?
It's like pale, fleshy stuff like ours.
But then black stripes.
Yep.
That shit fire.
Black stripes, yeah. It's actually dope if you actually seen it it's shaved. It looks cool as fuck.
That shit fire.
See, I'm glad I said it because Fred didn't know that, and now it makes sense.
Yeah, that is new for me.
There we go.
Yeah. We share about 50% of our genetic makeup
With the banana.
with the banana.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
shit
too.
fire.
Yeah, nigga, you can't say facts that I don't know, nigga. I know all facts. I know everything.
You are more related to bananas than the rest of us. 4 facts. 4 fucking facts.
Fuck you.
4 fucking facts. Yellow ass nigga try to steal my banana fact.
Yeah, just like
Get the
you,
fuck
just
outta
like you
here.
came in on my. Yeah, that's what happens when niggas try to come in on my tiger facts. I jumped in and stole your shit with a banana. Nigga. You think it's
But
sweet
yeah.
out here? Nigga? You think it's
But
sweet
yeah,
like bananas? Nigga?
Stealing facts.
50% of a banana's genetic makeup, we share the exact same thing.
Remember the same thing I was telling you when I made the fruit flies fact. When I was talking about fruit flies. Did y'all tune in for that one? Remember why I was saying why?
I don't know if I posted that one.
I don't think I was there.
No, you guys were there, remember? Because I said it, and you got. Oh, I'll have to use that at a different time than that fact. But no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We share a lot of our genetic makeup with fruit flies, which is why they use them for like all these experiments, and that's why I know that because it's like bananas
Yeah.
are 50%, fruit flies is like 75 or 80.
Yeah.
Obviously, chimps are like 95 or something.
No, 99.
Something where like
Some
that.
ugly shit.
Like 98 or some shit like that.
You're
something like that.
98. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's some fire shit.
That's
But
crazy.
once again, this has been another episode of All Facts Podcast. If y'all don't like Cordel, hit that like button. And
And remember, guys, if you're ever hungry and you need potassium, just eat yourself.
that's some gangster shit. All right, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. This has been another episode. We out for sure.